Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! I want you to say that loud, what we talked about, please.
Say which
bring
part
that
loud?
off air to
Which
on
part
air. The Stafford.
We're going to do it.
The Stafford trade proposals that we have.
Well, I can't say what I said to you off the air. I like working here. Can I change the first part? Instead of what I said, I want to say, heck yeah.
Heck yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a hell of a tease.
This is good.
I said something else, so we'll talk
Fun
about Matthew
stuff.
Stafford
Yes.
coming. I had today coming in was a long journey. And it wasn't even raining hard, and the whole thing was miserable just because it was a little wet outside.
Stop and go,
Yeah,
stop and go.
I mean, I don't know. It's a very LA complaint, but it's just like, can we just? And I'm not looking for all of us to go 80 in the rain. I'm not looking for that. But do we have to go 40?
You know what? It's frustrating, but I'd rather you go slower if you don't know don't know how to drive in the rain.
I live too far away for people to go 40.
But if you don't know how to drive in the rain, especially out here, I'd rather you go slow.
Did you learn in Seattle?
Yeah, I mean, some places where you have to. Have you lived in bad weather towns?
You tell me if any of these qualify as bad weather towns. L.A.
No.
Phoenix.
Hot.
Hot, but
no.
Houston.
Can be floods.
Yeah.
You can get thunderstorms in Houston.
Can be. There
Not
you
too
go.
bad.
There's something there. Yeah.
Santa Barbara.
Okay. No.
So if Houston is the bad weather spot, then no.
Yeah. Well, you grew up in Virginia, bad weather, right?
Yeah, I get bad weather.
How are you in rain?
I'm great in rain.
Yeah.
I'm great in snow. I can drive in all these conditions.
Me too.
I was taught by my uncle, who is an FBI agent, how to drive in these situations.
You know, her uncle not only is an FBI agent, but he teaches other FBI agents how to drive. What's the word?
In high-speed situations, but also how to drive when you're drifting.
So much fun.
Pretty cool gig.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a good gig.
I just thought today I wanted to be a highway patrol guy, but I just want to catch the speeders. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to run them down.
That's it.
But okay, but let me ask you this:
specialist.
If you're
that's all I want to do.
You're like the long snapper of cops.
I wouldn't even carry a gun. I just want to chase you down.
You're tattletale. That's what you are.
See, okay, but here's the thing: if you are a member of the CHP and all you do is write speeding tickets, all you're doing is ruining people's day.
No, it just means I caught you.
Yeah,
no,
it's on. But you
yeah.
got a speeding ticket. It's like, damn. And I don't know.
And it's a dangerous game.
I'd want to help somebody's broken down. Let's get them to the side of the road.
Okay.
Let's make sure they're in a safe spot.
I'll radio for help. But yes.
Sir, you were going 81 in a 65.
Mad Max time.
Oh,
here we
come
go.
on, man.
I'm chasing you down. But I'd rather you go slow out here when it's wet. If you don't know what you're doing, and the roads don't get wet that often, so all that stuff comes up and they get slick.
That's what I've always been told. I've heard that.
Roads are worse here to drive on than roads. Other places get more rain, as well as people don't have the same tires that people might have in other places that are.
They've never offered me
tires.
the LA tires. Like, what does that mean?
Well, it's just like there are people. They get if you're in a place that experiences cold weather or more weather, you might get the all-weather.
You
tires.
get wet. You get weather tires.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And here you don't need to get all-weather tires unless you're going.
Sometimes
to Tahoe.
it gets like 64.
I know all the weathers.
Yes, it's the expensive tires on the end that you don't need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got a quick question for you before we get into Luka's game 2 and all these things. And because I have this dream occasionally, DeMarco, and it is quasi-sports related, but it obviously is something else in my subconscious that is manifesting.
Does it involve a Morris brother?
No, not this time.
Are your teeth falling out?
No, my teeth were in a spot.
Okay, good.
And so I understand that why part of this dream is happening, and you guys will both seize on this quickly. But there's another part. Once, twice, maybe 3 times a year, I have a dream where I am back in school. Okay, Santa Barbara, college. Not high school, college, college specifically, and I'm me. I'm a 50-something-year-old man. Okay,
but back in college.
But I'm back in college. I'm a student at school, and I'm on the baseball team.
Okay, wow,
okay,
interesting.
But I'm not.
But back then.
I'm not 21.
Okay,
I'm 50 and 53 years old in college on the baseball team, and I haven't thrown a baseball in 30 years, and they say you're going in the game.
Are you terrified?
I'm not only I'm terribly confused. And I'm telling the coach, like, Coach, you don't understand. I don't do this anymore. I can't do this. I'm going to A, I'm not going to be able to help you.
Ooh.
B, I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
And the last part last night, and this is the part that I understand why it's happening. Last night in the dream, they gave me a uniform, and it was too big. I couldn't get it to fit. I couldn't get the belt tight enough. It kept falling off of me. The jersey kept sliding off my shoulders.
Skin and bones now.
That
is
part,
that it?
I understand why that. But do you ever have the dream of you're back in the NFL, high school, college, and it's, hey, we need you to go play. You're like, dude, I'm 50 years old. I can't go out there right now.
I have the dream, but another way. I never make it to the stadium. I can't get in.
Are you now or are you then?
That's funny. I think it's me now. It has to be. Yeah, but I never get in. I can never make it, or my uniform wasn't ready.
I never get into play the game.
Yeah,
I never actually get on the mound and throw a pitch, but they're like waiting for me to get my gear together, get my uniform on. Last night in the dream, I couldn't find cleats that fit.
Oh, boy.
So
same dream. Okay,
But I never get in there. I never actually have to throw it, but I'm so scared, nervous, like you don't want me out there. I'm going to get smoked.
Those are called playing dreams.
Yeah,
that's real. People have playing dreams.
Yeah,
you dream about it. Yeah,
it's not a very like you said, it's not very uncommon. A lot of times, people, if they weren't an athlete, they might have it in terms of their schooling. Like you're in class and you haven't prepared for the exam you're having the next day.
But I could, if you threw me an art history exam right now, I'm not going to get hurt. But I might fail the test.
But that's not the purpose of the dream. The dream is that you're feeling unprepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Google's quick synopsis of what this might mean about your subconscious is you might be feeling vulnerable.
Are you feeling
vulnerable?
You
might be feeling stress, anxiety, a sense of inadequacy.
Oh yeah, I was sick.
You were sick.
I was sick.
I'm
back.
Your skinny is all get out now.
Yeah, I
that
need
you
to,
feel
I ate
unprepared
cookies this morning.
Yeah.
Feel unprepared to face a challenge.
What challenge?
And that you may be vulnerable about
I don't feel unprepared at work.
Yeah.
No, not really.
You got the Hawaii trip coming.
A week from today, brother.
Week from today.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Why are you afraid to get on the mound? See, me, I want to play.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they just keep locking the door.
I had a very clarifying moment. This was, how old's Bobby? Bobby's almost 24, so this was 13, 14 years ago. And I was throwing batting practice to a group of 11 and 12-year-olds.
This is real or a dream?
This is real.
This is real.
11 and 12. Kids.
Yeah.
Kids. Not even high school, little league-aged kids. And I'm in the batting cage throwing them batting practice. And I'm behind the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm 30 feet away or whatever it is. And all of a sudden, this one kid who's a very good player
I can see it in my
starts to hit me.
What do you mean?
It's like barreling everything I'm throwing.
Okay.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shelled.
And I'm like the inner pitcher's like, no, you don't get to hit that many hard in a row off me. We're not doing that.
Okay.
So
you
I
didn't
decide.
Hit him, did you?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it in on his hands. I'm not gonna let him get the barrel of the bat out on this.
You threw it at a kid's hands?
No. I'm gonna get inside.
Okay.
You're not gonna get your hands extended.
Okay.
You're gonna be in here. I'm gonna jam you.
You went Kurt Schilling on him. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang. Now all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, this sucks. I'm going to reach back and I'm going to start throwing harder.
Okay.
Bang, bang, bang. I'm like, I can't get a 12-year-old out. and DeMarco, I was trying to get this kid out and I couldn't. And that was one of those.
Come on.
It's over.
You were not throwing that hard at a 12-year-old.
I was trying to get him
I know,
out.
but you weren't gunning at him.
I was 25, 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the distance from me to Emily. Okay?
Right. But you had some other weapons you could have used that you wouldn't use on a 12-year-old, right? Come on.
Nothing that would have been fair to do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You could have shook him up a little bit.
I tried to get in there, and he just kept hammering it.
Well, kids, they're better earlier than we were.
I do not want to play anymore.
Yeah.
I do not want to go out on that mound. I sure as hell do not want to put on a uniform
Maybe
that
that's
slides
it.
off
It's
my
the
shoulders.
death of your inner warrior. It happens. I'm dead serious.
But he's been dead for 20 years.
Nah, maybe.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Maybe it is now. Come on now.
Oh, my
Get
goodness.
that 12-year-old out.
It was
You got to be more John Rocker.
Yeah, that's so staged.
You think that was staged?
Yes.
No, I think that's totally 100%
They've already
real.
signed a thing to go fight each other on Barstool. It's fake.
They're going to fight each other on Barstool?
Yes.
Who is this?
John Rocker
and
and Mahomes' dad got into it in Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I had a whole thing about that. We locked eyes, me and Rocker, once at the mansion.
Oh.
Yeah. I see. He's one of them dudes.
Look, okay,
Yeah.
I believe that he is a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that. I believe that Patrick Mahomes Sr. Could be provoked.
You think they did this they beforehand?
Yes.
Or after? Like, hey, we can make money off this.
I think
Don't give away
beforehand.
what we can sell.
I think beforehand. I think this
Really?
was the opening act of the promotion.
But why would he do that? If Mahomes had won the game, why would he do that? If Patrick Mahomes had won the game, it's 3-peat. Why set that up then?
I don't think it has anything. I think this is a way for them to
make
have
money?
a promotion for both of those guys to get a little something.
I think an agent got to him, hey, look, we can actually sell this. You want to make some money?
That's
Sure.
a pretty quick turnaround.
But he is that guy. For some reason, Rocker was giving me eyes.
That they're both willing to do that tells you that they're both that guy. But this does not. This makes the Paul Tyson thing look like Ali Frazier.
See, everybody's making money off fights. Let's just take it in the ring. Yeah.
All right.
Crazy.
The PGA Tour is heading down to San Diego. Torrey Pines for the 2025 Genesis Invitational. Listen to our show all week long for the cue to call. And when you hear it, you want to be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN. And you can win 1 4-pack of general admission tickets to the Genesis Invitational. Among others, Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa will all be playing in one of the PGA Tour's signature events. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon.
So when I brought up Lakers championship, Juan looked at me and said, "You are stupid." He said, "Put that in ChatGPT." Here's what came out of ChatGPT.
Well, what did you type in?
Is Steve Mason from ESPN stupid?
Okay.
Oh, no. Steve Mason, the ESPN radio host, is known for his strong opinions and lively debates, especially on Mason in Ireland. Whether you think he's stupid probably depends on how much you agree or disagree with his takes. He's been in sports media for a long time, so he clearly knows how to keep an audience engaged. Then he said, put in this question. Is he overly optimistic? This is what ChatGPT said. Yeah, Steve Mason definitely leans toward the optimistic side, sometimes to the point where it feels delusional, especially with LA sports. So his takes can be pretty biased. If he's hyping up a team beyond reason, that's just kind of his thing.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason in Ireland on 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, quote, inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Find that out. When was the last time he played?
Who?
Connect Four.
Well, he got all the way to the other coast and never played, and came all the way back. And you were asking, like, how do you... Is it make it right?
He played on February 4th.
February, so we're talking...
February 4th.
What's
the
today?
Last time he
Today's
played,
the 12th?
At the Clippers, and he had 14 points.
The last time he played for the Lakers was February 4th.
I don't think he ever played for the
No,
Lakers.
he can't. They until that thing got 100% done,
so
and it
last
never
time
got
he played,
100%
period,
done.
was February 4th.
Yeah, he wasn't a Laker. He's a Laker again, so the last time he played for the Lakers...
I bet there's going to be a game or two, maybe more, and maybe a playoff game at some point where... He's going to have a good night for them. He can shoot. He can make shots.
I don't think he'll go out there and play dead. That would be the wrong reaction. The only thing I could see him doing out of spite is I'm not running the play. As soon as I touch it, I'm putting it up. And if
he won't get to play very much.
But if I'm hitting it and I drop 50 on people.
Yeah, well,
if you do that, if you go rogue,
extremely unlikely.
You better be on fire.
You know who gets to go rogue? LeBron, Luka, maybe Austin Reeves. Even if Dalton Connect just jacked up a couple of shots and they both went in that were totally outside the flow of the offense, I don't think he'd be out there very long.
If he does it and it's like in the flow of a game, he pulls up from the logo, buries it. Heat check again, buries it again. He's on fire. I'd feed him. That's the only. If he wants to go out and do that, then so be it.
No,
but I don't think that's going to happen.
It's not, and
I don't think he'll go out there and play dead or disappear.
It's a terribly bizarre situation.
It is.
It is really, really weird because sometimes trades get unraveled, right? Where it's like, hey, for medical reasons or whatever, it's like this isn't, but. It's rarely where they got that. They were on the 1-inch line to figuring this thing.
Sometimes just the rumor that gets out is destructive. This was an actual trade.
Right.
You were there, and now you're back.
You got to acknowledge, I don't know if this is Rob Pelinka's job, this is J.J. Redick's job, both of their jobs, his teammates' jobs, but you'd have to acknowledge it and say, listen, man, I know this is weird. Man. Like, this is a bad deal for everybody, but we're going to need you. We're going to need you to make some shots. We obviously loved your game. This is the reason why we drafted you. Unfortunately, you're not 7 feet tall. We needed a big body.
True.
And, sorry, you were the odd man out. They really wanted you. We hated to see you go, but we're going to need you.
If JJ's speaking, I'm listening, right? But I probably won't offer much in return. But I would respect you as the coach. You are calling the shots. I have to do what you say. I'll get you that. I would stay away from Rob Pelinka for a while because there's nothing you could say to me. You wanted to trade me. First of all, you drafted me, and then you traded me. So there's nothing we can say for a while, at least.
There's no
who was
backhanded compliment in trying to trade a guy. Like in other words,
like you're so valuable.
That you are the valuable piece going the other way. We weren't giving away a bag of balls. We were getting a very good player. We had to send out a very good player. That's how trades work.
It's down the list. I'm sure that's.
I know that I wouldn't want to hear it either.
Right, but that's not really going to help. Just stay away. Who was it that chased his guy? Oh my God, I can't remember. It was somebody else. Blake Griffin, didn't he? That was the owner. Remember when they traded him and he came back and the owner, they never shook hands?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Hard feelings.
Not to get too far off into tangent here, but the Blake Griffin thing was weird. Like they courted him, they Raptors jersey, like you're gonna be our first guy. We put a blah 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 blah, and then like 5 minutes later they traded him to Detroit.
Right. I mean that's what I mean.
Tough.
There could be hard feelings. Maybe not to that degree, but just for a while. You're going to have to stay over there. I'm going to do my job.
I don't know, man. I'm putting myself as somebody who's never been in this situation, so I don't know. But Blake Griffin is a multiple-time All-Star, and Dalton Connect is a role player. You know what I mean? Like, and role players don't get. You're not allowed to get in your feelings if you're a role player. I'm going to need you to fill your role, or I'm going to get someone else to fill the role.
But he is human. I mean,
I understand
give him a little bit.
No, I'm not saying that he can't have these feelings. Yeah. What I'm saying is they can't manifest in any sort of destructive way. It just has to be you're going to have to sweat. It can burn you up inside. When you go home, if you want to scream into your pillow or to your best friend that this is BS, great. But I'm going to need you to fall in line while you're here,
and do your job.
We're going to go somewhere else.
That's you dang right. But either way, it's good for us. Besides him going into pout tank mode, I'm just going to stand here and disengage, which won't happen because you're hurting yourself if you do that. Whatever he does from here on out is good for us.
They got Alex Len yesterday.
Yeah.
Look, we just said a second ago, he's 7 feet tall. He's a big guy. Okay. I mean, that's basically, and by the way, that might be good enough. That may be the thing that they need. Would you prefer a guy that can be a little more athletic? Would you prefer a guy that maybe can knock down some threes or whatever the variables may be? But if Jackson Hayes continues to be useful, and you just need to get him off of his feet here and there, and you just need another big 7-foot body to get in the way, run the floor, catch, dunk,
protect rim. Yeah.
Okay, like this.
I can do that.
And if it doesn't work, it's no harm, no foul.
Yeah, it's a 7-footer. Good for you. It's Jackson Hayes help or insurance. Yeah, and maybe it's one of those fast forward to the middle of May and the playoffs are going and he hasn't stepped on the floor in 3 weeks. But he's a 7-footer.
Right.
At some point. Emma, what do you call those people? You have actors, and there's a star, co-star, and then you have people...
Character actors?
The supporting actors.
Supporting or character actor? I play bartender.
That's... Yeah, both, maybe?
Well, I guess there's plenty of people that are character actors. Like Margot Martindale is a classic character actor.
Yeah. What is the definition of character actor?
That they are not someone who could lead a movie or a show, but they are an integral part of the show.
There's your 7-footer.
Yeah.
Run the floor, catch, dunk...
But
play defense.
To extend the movie analogy, right? I don't know if he gets any lines. He's the guy, he's the bartender who just hands the other guy the beer.
Your part in this scene is just to say
he might say, "Welcome to Lucky's. Right, what can I get you?"
That's
like
he
may say that.
That's enough back there, boys.
We're not going to call back later in the third act to the bartender who handed over the beer.
He's not going to get a spinoff show.
Yeah, I would argue. Do you guys know who Jesse Plemons is?
Sure.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic character actor, but you rarely see him as the lead of a film.
That might be too far. Yeah. He's a really good actor. I want the next tier down.
Got it.
Yeah. You're that guy.
Well, instead of going down, I want to go up. He's a tier up from extra. Whatever.
Okay. There you go.
What's the thing right above extra? Extra is the guy that's just sitting in the background of the coffee shop.
It's that guy.
Yes.
Maybe it's that guy.
Yes.
Like he's in the bar, but he's in the background with his buddy throwing darts.
And has one line. That's it. There you go. That's all we need.
If he gets a line, then he gets in the credits, right?
That's what I want. Just a little bit.
Who's the former head of Pixar, one of the Pixar guys that's in every movie? Like he's the voice of...
Oh, is it not Burr? Brian Bird.
Yeah, I think maybe it's him. It's like, he did something.
Yeah.
There's his voice.
Run the floor, catch the lob, Keep your eyes on Luka and LeBron.
Sure.
That's all.
Sure.
That's all.
Also, by the way,
exactly
Andy Kamenetsky weighs in bit player is what he
Bit
said.
player.
That's it.
Even better.
He's a bit player. That's
even better.
exactly
There
right.
you go. Thank you.
Luka is the headliner. Luka's the guy that opens the movie. Luka's the guy that accepts the Academy Award.
Where are we putting LeBron? Co-star or and? Or also starring?
And. He's an and.
He's the and guy?
He's the guy at the very end that is a heavy hitter.
So Lakers starring Luka and
no,
LeBron.
No.
Yeah.
Luka, Lakers, the rest of the crew, and
he's
LeBron
over the
James.
Brand? Wow, he's over the brand.
Yeah,
because those are negotiated for more money.
Right.
And with as negotiated at the end.
You might be right. It's Luka and the Lakers until you
Luka Doncic and the Lakers play the Utah Jazz
plus LeBron.
And then at the end, it's not plus LeBron James, it's and LeBron James. Like he gets that next punch.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
Stand alone.
We should be Hollywood producers.
We just did. We just made a movie.
Didn't you do enough radio today already?
What's going on?
I was listening to your conversation, and I wanted to provide an example that I think is one that the Lakers should consider using when talking to Dalton Connect about how awkward this is.
Oh, yeah.
You know whose trade got rescinded, and he ended up being an integral part of a championship team?
Who?
Robert Horry.
Oh.
In Houston. People forget about this. He was going to be traded away for Sean Elliott.
Put us in that people group. Yeah, forgot about that. Yes.
And he ended up becoming a big part of that team, and we know that that's what started before he ever got down the line of places like here.
Yeah.
My point is, if I'm the Lakers, I literally queue up Robert Horry highlights, and I say,
this is you.
This is what you're going to be as far as the role is concerned.
But how would you feel if you're him, though? How would Clinton feel if it was Clinton?
I think it's tough. I mean, I remember the body language that you saw. He was on the bench. He was dressed.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, he'll be available. He was not going to be available for personal reasons. I think in 2025, NBA teams are far more prepared to deal with this kind of thing than they would have been 15 years ago.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know what? We actually understand this.
But if it
this
happened
is awkward.
here,
You can take a week to get back.
To get yourself
now, don't
right.
get me wrong. I said yesterday on the show, on TV, I said, grow up, young man. It's time to play basketball. Don't get me wrong.
I'm with you on all of that. The wild card. The wild card is emotions are real.
Yeah.
Some people process them quicker than others. And some people can never get over. Like Lamar Odom had sent him into a tailspin that he never really recovered
what I'm saying.
from.
And here's the thing. I didn't want to get rid of Dalton Connect anyway. I like that guy. That's why this is so unfortunate. I thought he would have been a person worth keeping, even in the Mark Williams situation. So you try to –
that's kind of what I was getting at.
He was trying to have the compliment.
The only way we could get a player as good as Mark Williams is to put in another good player.
That might help.
Your value is what made this thing go. This wasn't we threw in a Gatorade packet.
You said you believed
it also
in me.
helps that you didn't – trade for somebody who was you believe to be a better version of Dalton Connect.
That's it.
You traded for a completely different
You're not 7
player.
feet tall, dude. I'm sorry. We needed a big body. That's not you.
Yeah. But
they wanted you the same way we wanted you, and they weren't going to do it otherwise.
A car for a boat. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a car for a car.
Yes. Robert Horry is what I would say. I would literally show highlights to him.
You didn't ask, though. How many days would you need if it happened to you in this room?
I mean,
would you be cool with us day one?
Probably a game. I mean, I think that one game is reasonable.
I'd need more time.
No, you're right.
You would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I would go into full 1,000%. What can I get out of this mode? And it would be.
I see what you're saying.
And it would be okay.
Yesterday's price was not today's price on pretty much everything.
Okay. I get it. I'm going to work my ass off here. I'm going to make the shots you need me. Maybe I can get a ring out of this thing. If everything breaks right, I might be able to get a ring out of these things. But I know how you feel about me. And I'm never going to forget. I'm going to go to work because that's good for me.
That's tough. Because they drafted him too.
I get it. But now that I know, I know.
What was that old basketball movie with Robbie Benson?
God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Up yours with a red hot poker. I'd be going bonkers out there if I was him. Robbie Benson time.
I would lie.
Yeah.
I would lie.
Yes.
I mean, I would pretend that I am over it and dealing with it, and I would never be over it.
I mean, it's better than being in Charlotte, though. Like, on balance.
Great point.
On balance. You know what I'm saying? There's the emotional element.
He doesn't play much.
But,
I mean, I think he'll play. He's not going to play none, but...
You just ended it for me. You're right.
Yeah.
I saved you from Charlotte. You should be happy.
Robert Horry, perfect example. That's all I got.
There you go. My man.
No problem.
Good
Horry's
to see
not
you.
bad.
Yes, sir.
Horry's not bad. That's a good comp. I would pretend to get over it, and I probably would never get over it. And I would
it would
carry
suck.
it around.
It would be weird. It would be weird. Just watching the whole body language. I keep seeing him on Twitter. People keep filming him, and I think it's bad. I mean, let the kid go through the process right now. But eventually he will respond in the right way.
Look, maybe he.
Yeah.
Okay.
The good stuff is obviously in there.
If I'm selling you, here's what I'm telling him.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm telling. Listen, there's going to be a playoff game where you're going to make 4 or 5 threes. You're going to win a game for us. You're going to become a fan favorite here. And this, what feels like the end of your Laker career today or last week, is going to be the beginning of you being a fan favorite here.
If you're Redick, the minute you put him in the game, you run plays for him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit your shots.
Yep. Look, we love you. Here's your shot.
Yeah.
You should probably make them.
Don't miss.
You should probably miss. Luka, game 2 tonight. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And we're talking about basketball. All-Star Weekend is almost here, and Prize Picks, just another great way to win cash while watching your favorite players during the game and, of course, all the Saturday night events like the three-point contest. It's the best place to get real money sports action is with Prize Picks because it's really simple. You just pick more or less, right? You pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. So what are you waiting for? Put the Prize Picks app on your phone. Use that promo code TRAV, T-R-A-V. Promo code TRAV, and they're going to give you $50 after you play your first $5 lineup with Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less, run your game with Prize Picks.
The Luka era is on for the purple and gold.
And the NBA has never seen anything like this.
Rebound, Luka. Length of the court pass, LeBron. Lay it up and in.
Luka and LeBron, 2 of the greatest, are now together, and it's looking unstoppable.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic, and it wasn't in the All-Star game.
Yeah. Catch the dynamic duo as they dominate and make history in real time, right here on the home of Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going.
Yes! Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
There are some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a large unexpected inheritance. An always on the verge of death phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone. Up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard so you can get a new one. Just trade in any phone from our top brands on any unlimited plan. With new line on My Plan. Additional terms apply for trade-in and pay off your phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, our EV trucking company is officially in operation.
Andrew's zero-emission trucks are driving the transportation category forward.
We'll make driving safer, easier, and less stressful.
Now our technology needs to keep up with demand.
He needs to put pedal to the metal on hiring more software engineers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
got your calculator there?
All
this
right.
Is fun.
All right. So this is
257 divided by 5.
It's 50 and change.
51.4.
Yeah.
That's how many games he's played a year for the Angels.
This is from Sam Blum, who covers the Angels for The Athletic. This isn't funny, DeMarco. Stop laughing. Parker, sorry in advance. Again, Sam Blum from The Athletic, who covers the Angels. Parker, don't listen. Anthony Rendon is having hip surgery and is expected to miss a long amount of time. He had a setback in his rehab the last few weeks, another injury for Rendon, and it now becomes unclear if and when he'll play for the Angels again.
I'm not laughing at him.
Anthony Rendon makes roughly $40 million a year, has for several seasons now with the Angels, and
I can't even
virtually never plays.
It's not him. I'm laughing at
It's
you.
crazy.
At the glee and delight.
It's the worst contract in the history of professional sports.
How much
it
are they
really
paying him?
has to be about $40 million a year.
$40 million
Is
a year.
it worse than the Bobby Bonilla? I don't know.
Bobby Bonilla played. Like he
Yeah.
might not have been the megastar that they were hoping he would be, but Bobby Bonilla played baseball.
What happened to him when he left Washington?
He got hurt and got hurt and got hurt and got hurt and got hurt. And the Angels kind of have this lore around them that when they sign free agents, they get hurt or they underperform. They go south. Well said. This is not south. This is like Antarctic.
So he's different.
This is crazy.
Well, 98 games with Washington to begin a career, 153, 156, 147, 136,
He was
146.
a terrific player.
And then as soon as he became an Angel, 52, 58, 47, 43, 57. Yeah,
he was a terrific player.
Yeah.
I mean, not a good player, a terrific player. There were a lot of teams that wanted his services, and the Angels won the bidding war, and he basically hasn't played since.
Wow.
That's wild.
Crazy.
That's
Crazy.
wild.
Well, stop smiling so much.
I'm not smiling.
At the
I like that the Angels did it again is just, I don't know.
Do these things run during the break? Because you should have seen your face.
Emily came in and showed it to me. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
You look like a jack-o'-lantern
if you were one of these guys, like you're looking over your shoulder, if you're an Angel free agent, like what's going to happen to me?
God.
Like, my shoulder's going to explode?
I mean, Kenley Jansen just signed with him.
At least he did. 1 year, $10 million. Yeah,
can't say no.
Yeah, no.
Take that
and
job.
by the way, Kenley Jansen had a pretty good year last year.
Yeah,
he's still an effective major league player.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Well, was. We'll see.
Well, I mean, okay, so if we do revisionist history of this, Anthony, he wanted to be, or not, he wanted to be. The Dodgers took a run at him, right?
They did.
If he had been a Dodger, do you think this would be the same thing?
Who knows? Right? Butterfly effect. You never know. But
Neo.
He chose the Angels over the Dodgers. Now, the Dodgers, the way that they had that deal, at least reportedly structured, was far different than this. They wanted to pay him a ton of money for a short period of time. The Angels paid him a ton of money for a long period of time.
Okay.
So, who knows?
Smart man took the deal, but can't stay
didn't
healthy.
He also hate
Anthony
baseball?
Rendon, and he did say that he doesn't like baseball. That was not a smart thing to say.
I got hurt in Anaheim in that stadium. Dislocated my elbow. There might be something
There
in the water down there.
Ghosts or witches or something in there.
Something is going on down there.
For sure. All right, so game 2 tonight for Luka. They play the Jazz again. Jazz, we know, are not a good team. So I don't know if the outcome of the game is all
big,
that.
though.
They are.
They're big.
They are.
Yeah.
They also have the second worst record in the world. They stink. So let's not pretend that they don't. Lakers, unless something super weird, and the Lakers are hot as you know what. Mm-hmm. They're, I think, pretty good. So
are they just hot or are they good?
It's a good question, and I want to come back to it.
You got to be good to be hot. Yeah.
Let's assume that the outcome of the game is not really in question, because I don't believe that it is.
Let's assume the Lakers win.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to see from Luka tonight? Like building on his first appearance to his second appearance heading into the All-Star break.
What do I want to see?
Yeah, just what hope to see, want to see, expect to see.
Well, number one, I want to see the show, the Luka show.
For sure.
Fun. And the Luka and LeBron show is even more fun.
That's it for me.
I want to see more of those two guys together.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see more pick and roll, all that stuff. Some improvement from the first game to the second game. But I also want to see Luka perform when LeBron is on the bench. That's another thing I want to see. I want to see vintage Maverick-style Luka that does not include LeBron. I want to see him on the bench and Luka do his thing, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Let me see LeBron. Well, I've already seen that.
Yeah, we know what that looks like.
I know what that looks like.
But we just don't know what it looks like when they're teammates.
Correct. Yeah. I want to see more of that. So I'm looking for that. And Jackson Hayes and all those guys, continue your progress of redefining your roles and mastering those situations.
Okay, so you said the two things that are number 1 and number 1A on my list. Number 1B, I want to see Luka and LeBron together.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see, because their games are very similar. There's a lot of overlap or redundancies or however you want to character. They both are terrific with the ball in their hands. It's one ball, two guys.
Yeah.
So, okay, now what? They both can get to the basket kind of whenever they want. They both are incredible passers. They both have incredible basketball IQs.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
Who has the better outside jump shot? You'd have to go Luka. You tried
probably.
Right. So
probably, but neither one. They're both pretty good, and when they both get hot, they're both otherworldly. So I want to see how whoever doesn't have the ball, what does that look like?
Right.
Like how are they integrating the two of them together? And what are those redundancies? What do they do? And how do the other players kind of react to LeBron or Luka not having the ball in his hand?
I imagine since they're so similar, you're going to be running the same play, but it just depends on which guy starts the play.
I think so too. And
does that make sense?
It does. But all of a sudden, if I'm the engine, right? If I'm always the guy that's initiating this, and okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to shoot it, I'm going to drive, I'm going to pay. Okay, and now all of a sudden, I'm waiting for the other guy to initiate it. How do I react to that? I think that for me is still the biggest question. I think it's going to work because they're both terrific players, but I do think it's going to be a learning process for the two of them.
Absolutely. And if JJ Redick can help, I'm sure he will. But it's those two guys must figure that out.
And how
to make that unstoppable. Because when they do, it will be. If those two figure it out.
Offensively, it's going to be virtually impossible to stop.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah. The other thing that you said that I totally sign up for, too, is can he be a little bit better than he was? And I'm not saying he's got to go out there and make, 80% of his threes, but we shoot a little better. Is he a little less rusty? Are there a few more? Because he threw a couple of passes that maybe not were officially turnovers, but they were bad passes. They were at feet. They were off the mark. Like, just kind of tighten up those things that it's going to get there eventually, but are at least we trending in the right direction.
Didn't you get the feeling he was just trying to be a good teammate?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. To the point of, dude, just be Luka.
Next time, just shoot the ball, man.
Yeah.
That's your spot. That's why you're here. Yeah.
It felt like a lot of them were doing that.
Yeah.
Like, we're all, like, there was almost that, I know we're all unselfish. Jam the ball in.
Yeah.
Like, just, you're 2 feet from the hoop.
Right.
Go up there and tear the basket out of the glass.
Go do what you got to do. Be you. I like that. Maybe that's what I thought the fit out was when LeBron said that.
Yeah, don't defer too much.
Just do your thing. Yeah.
When the Heat went from pretty darn good to, they're going to go smash people, was when they stopped doing the you go, I go. You go, no, you do it this time. And it was LeBron was 1 and Wade was 1A.
There was one play with the Heat. This is when I knew they were clicking. LeBron got it on the end for a defensive rebound and football threw it to Wade, and the ball never touched the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luka kind of had one of those against the Jazz,
But that's how you know it's going, when you're doing stuff like that. I think these two guys will get it going in a similar fashion.
I think
when they figure it out, when they figure out what the poetry is.
Your question, I think, is a good one because they're clearly smoking hot right now.
Yeah.
Right? Not only are they win, what do they win? 10 of 12, or is it 11 of 13? It's one or the other. Not only are they winning, they're beating some good teams in that. There's some dogs in there too, but so what? They're killing teams. They're blowing them out. So they're hot. They're playing really well. The question of how much of this is just really good team playing at its absolute best, and how much of this is really good team, and this is kind of what they are.
Do you have the list up there? Because I do not. Of their last 10 games and who they played.
So last 10 games, they've played the Jazz, Pacers, Warriors, Clippers, Knicks, Wizards, 76ers, Hornets, and Warriors.
Does the Knicks stand out as the best win by far?
I don't know if it's in that run, but the best win they've had is against the Celtics.
Okay, the Celtics. That's the best
Celtics,
win.
the Knicks, the Pacers, the Clippers, those are all good wins. The Warriors are pretty good wins.
And their only losses to the 76ers in that game was, looks like it was 6, like it was a little over a 10-point game, 14-point game.
They're killing guys. Against good teams, against bad teams. It almost doesn't matter whether they're playing a good team like the Knicks or the Celtics or they're playing a bad team like the Jazz. They're putting it on people.
I think they're playing great basketball right now. It's just I'm trying to think what might be your most wow win because the Celtics are struggling now.
But they're the reigning champs.
This is the ebb and flow of the season.
I know.
Right? That's what I mean. Like right now, they're flowing. Right, it's all flow right now. When it starts to ebb and it comes back a little bit, what are they? Are they still
good.
The fourth best team in the league or the conference?
Willing to trust that they are good and not just hot.
This good?
I think they're good and not. I don't think it's fluky. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
it's not fluky. I think they're this good. I think they're more inspired since the trade. It cracked everybody. It really did. It shook the entire NBA.
But even before the trade.
That's why I think you can get super excited.
Yeah.
That's why I think this is more they're really good than just really hot.
Yeah.
It started before the trade.
And let me just give you these stats, okay? In addition, so in this 6-game win streak that they're on currently, they have 120-plus points in every game. They are 50% or better shooting in every game. They have 10-plus threes made in every game, and they have 15 or few turnovers in every game. No other team in NBA history has done all of that in 6 consecutive games.
Yeah, it's been different, weird. It's been gutty. It's been this. It's been that.
It's
not
kicking the crap out of teams.
Not 10 wins in a row that look exactly the same.
It's not the Chiefs who are winning one-score games over and over again by flukes.
Somebody that remembers dates better than me will be able to pull this off the top of your head. Maybe one of you guys know. There was a period toward Kobe's at the second half of his career where the team wasn't very good, but he just basically put them on his back for a month or two, and he went out there. It was that streak where he scored 40 or more, like 10 or 12 games in a row.
They're not that good. He is.
Right, and it was one of those, okay, Kobe's just gone nuclear. and the Lakers actually aren't very good. It's just that guy is on another planet, and he's doing it by himself. That's not this.
Not at all.
This is a far more balanced. Now they're top heavy with these two guys, but this feels far more sustainable and less fluky than that.
Doesn't championship seem a little more reasonable now?
If we're doing a pie graph, it's in the pie.
It's in the pie.
It wasn't in the pie before. It's not a big Trav and DeMarco slice of the pie, but it's a
on
piece
the table now.
It's on the pie.
It is, and the faster they figure out what they're doing, LeBron and Luka. And then you keep playing like this to support, and you get Connect back, get him in the fold.
Look, he's going to have to make some shots.
It's a rift.
Yeah.
It's what do they call that again? It wasn't a cavern. It was a schism.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It's a schism. Yeah. It can be gotten over, but you got to get over that.
Get a little of that epoxy and fill in the crack and sand it down and spray paint it over.
Shoot the ball.
What do you mean that car got in an accident? I don't see a thing.
Bondo. There you go.
Far Side coming up next is Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Speaking of car accidents, DeMarco, let's talk about our pal Joseph S. Normand. If you are involved in a car accident, and by the way, it doesn't just have to be car accidents. Joe was telling us about, at some retail outlets, things falling off shelves, landing on people's feet and legs, and all sorts of injuries. If you get hurt, you need to call Joe.
Man, I would be mad if I'm just shopping and a pallet fell on my foot. And it was cold outside, too? Oh, man,
right on your toe.
But you need to know your options. Accidents can be devastating, and the recovery process can be difficult. Really, think about that. You may have to miss work. That's a big deal. No one should face that alone, and insurance companies are going to try to settle fast. So anything you say to them can and will be used against you in the process. So make sure you call Joe first to examine your options.
You want somebody who has your best interest in mind, not another party's best interest in mind. That's what insurance companies are. They have the insurance company's best interest in mind. Call Joe, 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com. And DeMarco, when they call, who should they tell them sent them there?
Sweet T and Big D or Travis and DeMarco, ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Wiz Khalifa.
What you know about Wiz Khalifa?
I'm going to tell you what I know. A couple years ago, I went to a music festival, and Wiz Khalifa is playing. There's a lot of weed in the ear. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Right? You know how, like, when you go to a sporting event, somebody will bring, like, a beach ball, and everybody will hit the beach ball? Well, at a Wiz Khalifa concert, they bring, like, inflatable doobies, okay? Like, big, giant reefer doobies. And, dude, there must have been, like, 100 doobies flying around in the air. And so now there's smell of weed everywhere. And my daughter goes, "What is that smell?" And I go, "I don't know, but I think it's like burnt kettle corn or something." And my daughter goes,
"That's
no.
a bad smell."
Here's what my daughter says. "No, Dad, it smells like you." Yeah. I was like, what?
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
All right, Trav, you know it starts to run together after some years, right? Okay.
Unfortunately, yes, I know.
So all this stuff happened. I'm just trying to make sure of the order of things.
Okay.
And I hope I don't out some people in the process. There's some semi-famous people, or people that used to be famous, that are about to tell this story about.
Okay.
When was John Rocker, famous? 1998 to
Late
2001
90s.
in Atlanta.
Yeah.
The year 2000?
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
It does.
When he was after the interview and when he said what he said about subway trains?
I would have guessed somewhere between 97 and 2000.
Okay,
so
it
yes.
had to be 2001, somewhere in there. So it was, so 2001, retired from football, best damn sports show here. There were parties at the mansion, that one.
Yeah.
And they had devolved. This is the spiraling down of the mansion.
Okay.
So it used to be Playmates, fun, highbrow. It went the other way for a while, like true working people on video were there type stuff.
Okay.
So this is the tail end of it. So this
Yeah.
is around 2000. So anyway, I'm there. And there was a strain of stuff going around called Purple Urkel.
Okay.
This is back before we had dispensaries.
Got it.
So LA had this thing called Purple Urkel, like Urkel from Family Matters.
Got it.
Okay, so I was handed some. Thank you. Jaleel White was standing like 10 feet from me. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's kind of meta for
right.
sure.
It was
Yeah.
nuts. And
Yeah.
he had no idea. I was like, wow. And my best friend was there. I'm like, can you believe this? He goes, this is totally LA. Right. So big deal, no big deal. So there was a guy that I kind of knew. His name was Big Cheese. He was a rapper. He would call me up. He was trying to make it. And he would just help me get in to these parties. And I'm like, whatever. Where are you going tonight? I'm going to the mansion. All right, I'll meet you there. So we walked in together and looked like I had a posse.
Okay.
Right?
Just two people?
It was me and my guy, my dude, my guy, my
and
best friend.
Big Cheese.
Big Cheese, and he had like 4 people.
Okay.
So it looked like we were walking in as a posse, but I wasn't. So it made me look even famous, and I'm not. I'm not this. Anyway.
I get it.
So walk in, the first eyes I see looking back at me are John Rocker. Instantly recognized him. I'm like, that's John Rocker. And I'm like, I want to go meet the guy.
Really?
And he's giving me eyes. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave him alone. Gave him a peace out. He didn't give me a peace out. No big deal. So as the night goes on, I keep noticing he's staring at me.
At you?
At me.
Okay.
Right. So I guess this is best damn time.
Okay.
I assume we had just talked about him.
Okay.
Or something about him.
Got it.
But I don't remember. But he kept giving me eyes. And I was with a friend, another girl who had come from Seattle. I'd met her with Sam Adams.
Okay.
So she had moved to LA. She was trying to get in a party. So we were just walking around as friends. And she's drop dead gorgeous. She's a model type. So it made me look even better. Do you remember that movie, Bring It On?
Of course.
Okay.
I love that movie.
Remember the brother?
Of course.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know his name.
I don't either, but
He
I know
was-
exactly who you're talking
that
about.
guy.
Yeah.
So disrespectful. Because I'm walking with He doesn't know us. I
Yeah.
could be with her.
Right.
But he stepped in between us and looked her up and down, like right in front of me. I'm like, dude, are you out of your mind? It was weird, but no big deal.
Okay.
This is just the night as it's going on. We're having fun. Okay, it's time to go. So we're leaving. We're going out through the same door we came in. It's a red carpet, big
How
hole.
long have you been at the party?
Couple hours.
Okay.
I've been to the mansion 4 times, and I saw Cade McNown 3 times. This was the one time where I didn't see him. Okay, so we're on the way out.
Good work, Cade.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. On the way out, and again, he's standing by the door.
Rocker.
And he's staring at me again. And I'm like, of all these people, and it's target-rich environment, my man. Why are you staring at me? So we go by, and I said, is there something I can do? Like, what should be?
You've had enough of being looked at.
And I'm still being cool. I'm just like, what's the problem?
What's up?
Why do you keep staring at me?
Yeah.
And he's like, do you want to go?
Out of nowhere?
Just out of nowhere. Like, do you want to go? Like, you want a piece of me? That just, like, not even that environment. So this is what my friends keep making fun. My response was, sure, John. Like, just like that. Like, casually. If you want to.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But it was just weird. We got ushered out. It wasn't a big deal.
Was he altered?
To this day, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something I said. Maybe he conflated me with the
Do
show.
you remember what you said about him on the show?
I think Crucky was the hardest one
Okay.
on him, and I loved Cruck, so
Yeah.
I probably co-signed something Cruck said.
Got it.
I don't know, but he was giving me eyes. Cruck wasn't there, I was. So no big deal. They shove us out. So I'm trying to go to the front so I can get in the car and leave. Right? It's not a real dust up.
Yeah.
But it was loud enough
That's
so people
bizarre.
heard it, right? And this is before TMZ, no cameras.
Yeah.
So I get out front. This is the end of the story. So I get out front, and this is where the limos. This is when we used to travel by limo, right? So my limo pulls up because I know that's my driver. That's the guy I was talking to on the way in.
Okay.
So I'm standing there, and who pops up behind me? Rick Fox.
Oh.
Rick Fox.
Also a party attendee.
Right. And he was out, like, moving out like he had to leave quick. So we're talking, hey, I'm a big fan. Good to see you, man. Da-da-da-da. Chopping it up, right? And he slowly maneuvers me out of the way and into the limo.
Your car.
My car, closed the door, and took off. Rick Fox stole my limo at the end of that night.
That's great. What'd you call it, cab or something?
We waited for the next limo.
Yeah.
Which
you
somebody
probably
else's.
took Cade McNown's limo.
Let's go. But see, this is why I'm like, it's Mahomes' dad and him going at it. I think this might be legit.
I'm not
is like,
saying that he isn't a live wire, a wild card, a loose cannon, whatever, however you want to characterize it. I'm sure that he is a volatile individual. But that incident by the way, we got a promotion lined up, that happened fast. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I mean, I can see how that would happen, but I mean, I'm like, that looked eerily familiar. I'm like, I know that guy, that face, that look. Like, why me, of all people? I'm not even sure if I said anything. I don't know.
People like John Rocker, especially John Rocker at that point in his life, don't need a reason. You know what I mean?
guess
Like
not.
he was
Yeah.
just looking for nonsense under no sense.
Like, you want to get in the fist fight in the mansion. Is this what you really want to do? Now?
Crazy. All right, the Dodgers have opened spring training. Clayton Kershaw is there, and the number 120 keeps getting thrown around. Aaron Boone is mad. There's a whole lot going on with the Dodgers. We'll get into it next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
It is a whole new vibe around this team. It is so fun to be around the Lakers right now.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, LA!
Okay, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded.
Create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers' Rights.
833-ESPN 710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
This February, the Genesis Invitational heads to Torrey Pines in San Diego. Be there when moments become legendary. The roars echo through the trees, and champions rise. The Genesis Invitational welcomes the world's best golfers, including Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, and more to Torrey Pines February 13th through 16th for the Genesis Invitational. This is where legends are made. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right. I got a quiz for you guys. Not what we were talking about before. This is just different.
A quiz.
Just guess. But your best guess.
Okay. I feel like I'm back in school.
How many days do you think it is until the Dodgers play a real regular season game?
You just said it yesterday. It was like
I don't think I said it yet. I said it a few days ago, but the number jumped off the screen.
I thought it was like 40.
Okay.
40-something days.
Okay. Yeah.
37.
Okay. Or
just hold your fingers up.
37.
37?
47.
The Dodgers open the regular season in 34 days.
34
days. They will play the Cubs in Japan.
They
34 days.
The regular season.
Yeah.
Like we're counting.
That counts.
Wins and losses.
That counts. They will be 1-0 or 0-1
Get the
after
score
that
bug
day.
up. That's the Ohtani is 3 batters away.
Right.
Wow.
Right. They are 34 days away. They opened camp yesterday. Still a little housekeeping on last season.
Yeah.
And let's start with the Yankees because their third baseman or one of those guys was saying that the Dodgers were classless in the way that they handled it. Well, and we kind of just, whatever, dude, who are you? You're not, it wasn't Judge. It wasn't one of those guys. But here's their manager, Aaron Boone, talking about the way that the Dodgers have behaved since they won the World Series last fall.
Did you take any of that personally? Do you think any of the guys took that personally?
Probably a little bit. I mean, don't like hearing that, you hope. But the reality is, we didn't play our best in the series and they won. So, they have that right to say whatever. Hopefully we're in that position next year and handle things with a little more class. But, that the reality is it's a great team. It's a great organization with a lot of great people that, I happen to know and respect too. So, a few people, sounding off, isn't necessarily how I would want to draw it up, but they're the champs. They have that right.
So he's basically echoing what the other guy said, which is, listen, they won. They beat us. We didn't play well.
Yeah.
but we would not have done what they did. We would not have danced on their graves the way. And now
that classless part slipped out of there
for sure. And he did go on to say, he goes, if you notice, it wasn't Mookie Betts, it wasn't Freddie Freeman, it wasn't Clayton Kershaw talking like this. Who he's talking about, and who all the people that are offended by this are talking about, are basically we're talking about Chris Taylor and Joe Kelly. And I want to read you some of these quotes.
Okay.
These are the quotes that I think that these guys keep
from
referring.
Joe Kelly.
This is from Chris Taylor. We'll do Chris Taylor first. Chris Taylor said, and he said this on Mookie's podcast, everybody saw it. They kind of S-ed down their leg. It was one thing after the next. I think our energy in the dugout was kind of feeding that. It was like, all we've got to do is put the ball in play now.
Okay, that is out of character for baseball,
and they
right?
were talking about the fifth inning, right?
It is.
It is out of character for baseball.
To say that my opponent S down his leg, you don't hear that very often.
This is
and
true.
You really don't hear it about a World Series opponent.
Would you say that crosses into classless?
I can understand why Aaron Boone feels the way he does.
Flirting with, okay.
Joe Kelly.
Yep.
This was something that he said afterwards. We were saying it every single game. Just let them throw the ball to the infield. They can't make a play. I mean, you saw Shohei got an extra base going to third off of a sloppy Gleiber play. It's well known. We all knew. We're the Dodgers. We know every little detail. But past that, it was a fun series. They almost snagged a couple of wins. It was just a mismatch from the get-go. If we had a playoff re-ranking, they might be ranked 8th or 9th playoff team.
See, that's just normal run-of-the-mill trash talk.
Not in baseball.
Because most of that is just true.
Well, two things can be true at once, right? It is true.
Yeah,
and
they down their leg is one.
They did, but it's one of those. They almost snagged. It was a mismatch from the get-go. You don't hear that. And again, this wasn't a one-game throw. This was the World Series. The Yankees earned their way into the World Series by beating some good teams, by being a good team over the course. And to just say, oh, this is a mismatch from the get-go. We know everything. We knew they'd screw it up.
What if the Eagles said that? Like, my God, you blew out the Chiefs. Well, we knew this was going to be a mismatch because this is what we were being told and fed, and this is how we believe.
I think football's a little different. First of all, just the culture.
Kind of same.
It is similar, but you have to take the culture into consideration.
If we draw the Yankees guys, all we got to do is make them play, and
they're gonna S down their leg.
Down their leg.
Yeah.
So say that up until that part and leave the rest out. Yeah.
Or say, after the fact, it's pretty easy to chirp.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what the Yankees are getting at. And I think what Boone is articulating is going to be something that is, I don't know if a challenge is the right word, but something that the Dodgers are going to have to deal with. To be the guys in the black hats. That to be the guys that everybody is rooting against. And it's a weird thing because I don't think people dislike Shohei Ohtani. They don't dislike Freddie Freeman. They don't dislike Mookie Betts. They're not only great players, they're very likable guys.
Yeah, it's a good era to play in.
But there's like Barry Bonds was, sinister. Barry Bonds was somebody that people really dislike, and Barry kind of
unless he was on your team,
right? But he kind of embraced that. The Astros embraced that evil vibe because of the cheating and all this stuff. The Dodgers really have never been bad guys. They've been rich guys. They've been favorite guys, but this is the first time that I think they're going to have to deal with the vibe of being, I hate those guys.
Well, you're going to get it from the Padres fans regardless.
I think you're going to get it from everybody.
But you're not punching down. You're punching at the Yankees. So, I mean, you haven't put on the villain hat yet. You're actually the baby face. They're the villain.
It's like if the Eagles, I don't know, talked about the Patriots when they played them in the Super Bowl.
It would be a little bit, yes, but this is more about what they said about the Yankees and then what they did this offseason. Because it's the two things together. The Yankees can take it more personally, but the other 28 teams in baseball are looking at this like you won the World Series, you had the best team, you beat the Yankees, you acted like you know what's afterwards, and then you went out and signed every good player.
Well, it depends on how this group of this is one thing. This was the Yankees, this was the World Series, and this is Joe Kelly and Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
Joe Kelly especially. He can do this sort of stuff. He can talk trash.
He does.
But it all depends on how you handle this new situation going forward. If you act arrogant, you're going to be the black hat.
Yeah.
Everybody hates you to begin with.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to hate about Shohei.
No, there isn't.
But if you guys start hooping it up and we're better than you know what I'm saying?
And it could
goes over?
And it could just be, they don't even have to be obnoxious about it, but if they go out there, and let's say they start the season 24-4.
Yeah.
Not crazy.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And now it's like these sons of guns. These guys are and even if they're not, they bought every player, and it's just going to be this weird dynamic because they were the best team.
Yeah,
they are the best team. Some of them were pretty colorful in their descriptions of their opponent, and it is disrespectful. It might be true, but it is disrespectful. I think it's going to be a different energy around it. I love it. I love it.
I hope the Dodgers have a professional excellence. And you don't have to get into this stuff. It's unnecessary. If it's the Yankees, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
Just go out and play.
Mookie's already kind of taken the lead in what you just said. He's like, we got to stop talking about the World Series. We got to go win Game 1.
There you go.
We got to go. We got to worry about the details. And then there's Miguel Rojas who's saying we could win 120 games. So they've got some different voices in that clubhouse.
We can buy players, sure, but we're all playing great, too. At the same time, great baseball.
Yes.
Be professional excellence.
Here's why everybody's going to hate them. I got a little last man standing for us, Em. You got my last man standing music?
I love this.
Okay.
Hey.
So just a refresher. This is the Dodger 40-man roster, okay?
Okay.
So the 40 guys that are on their roster right now, and talking about all the talent that they have and why they've ruined baseball and broke baseball. The Dodgers have 45 All-Star appearances on their roster right now.
45 All-Stars.
45 All-Star appearances. They have 5 Cy Young Awards on their roster. They have 6 MVP awards on their roster. And they have 9 Gold Glove players on their roster.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
Give me a name on this list of their 45 All-Star. Now, it's not 45 different guys, obviously. Some of these guys have made it more than once. Give me a player that has appeared in an All-Star game that is currently on the Los Angeles Dodgers roster.
Any player?
Any of them.
All right. DeMarco, are you going to start it?
Mookie
is on the list. Mookie has made the All-Star team 8 times.
All right. Is it just me and DeMarco?
Sure, because
right.
Laura can't talk because she's got broken teeth.
Freddie
Freeman has made the All-Star team 8 times. Your turn.
Shohei
Ohtani has made the All-Star team 4 times.
Let me go... Blake Snell.
Blake Snell has made the All-Star team 1 time.
Ooh,
wow.
Just by the skin of your teeth. Clayton Kershaw, the leader in the clubhouse, has made the All-Star team 10 times in his career.
Okay.
Let's go Will Smith.
Will Smith has made the All-Star team twice.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
There's some big names on this list still. Maybe not giant names, but names you guys all know.
Who'd you say?
She's not playing?
Yeah.
She's playing for me.
Okay.
Hold on. There's 1, 2, 3. There are 3 players on this list. There's more than 3 guys left, but there are 3 guys that have made it more than 1 time.
Okay. I'm going. It's your turn, still.
It's
my turn.
Yes.
Glasnow.
Glasnow has made it.
Yes.
A 1-time All-Star.
Yes.
Tyler Glasnow.
Tony Gonsolin.
Tony Gonsolin has made it. He also is a 1-time All-Star.
This is pickleball. Hold on. I want to say Max Muncy. Max Muncy.
Max Muncy has made it twice. Max Muncy is a 2-time All-Star.
Okay. Thanks for the tip in.
Yes.
I'm trying to think.
We're getting down to
I'm trying to think
There's
about
1,
the
2,
people
3,
that they've
4,
signed
5.
this season.
There are 6 players left that have made the All-Star team.
Conforto.
Michael Conforto has made the All-Star team
God.
1 time.
Rojas?
Emily wins. Emily wins.
My next guess would have been, and I don't know if he's making, so this now it can be risky. Kiermaier?
No, he's not on the roster anymore. So
he is not?
He is not.
Oh, okay.
Here's who you guys did not say that has made the All-Star team. Chris Taylor made the All-Star team once.
Okay.
Teoscar Hernandez has made it twice.
Oh, yeah. He was he won the home run derby last year.
Blake Trinan has made it once.
Right.
Okay.
Tanner Scott has made it once.
Not there.
Kirby Yates has made it twice.
Okay. I was going to say Trinan.
45 All-Star appearances on the Dodger roster right now. Blake Snell, 2 Cy Young Awards. Clayton Kershaw, 3. MVPs, Betts, Freeman, Kershaw have all won 1. Shohei Ohtani has won 3. And then finally, Gold Gloves, Betts, 6 of them, Kershaw, Freeman, and Tommy Edman.
Yeah. I think you get a pass for talking trash to the Yankees.
Don't you? An All-Star? Did you mention that? Okay.
He did not make an All-Star.
Gold Gloves.
He won a Gold Glove, but no All-Star team.
Don't you get a pass for talking trash to the Yankees? Like, I don't think you get black-hatted because you're talking trash to the Yankees.
I think if it were anybody but the Dodgers, it's an easy 100% agree with you. I think the Dodgers are the one team like, seriously, dude, you really want to do this? Like, you spent $9 trillion on your roster.
Okay.
Should you be talking to anybody? Like, it's one of those things. Like, the Diamondbacks did it, everybody like, yeah, go get them.
Well, what if Mookie said what Taylor said? The S down the leg.
It would be a far bigger story because Mookie Betts is a far better player, bigger star, and out of character for a guy like Mookie Betts.
That might get you black-hatted there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. 45 All-Star appearances.
Shohei said what Joe Kelly said. That would be funny. That would be so funny.
Never. He bows to the opposing manager before every game.
Right,
I don't think he's going to say they S down their leg.
He did have
Joe
that.
Kelly said.
Yeah.
Leave
Travis,
that part out. Yeah.
Rest assured, he did have that one celebration of sliding into second base that everyone was like, "Whoa, Shohei did that."
Which one?
I can't act out the motion on the radio.
You're gonna.
He had his glove.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying the man's not competitive. I'm saying that he's not going to say something like that. All right. PGA Tour heading back to Torrey Pines for the 2025 Genesis Invitational. Listen to our show, the Trav and DeMarco Show, all week long through Friday for your cue to call. And when you hear it, you want to be caller number 7 at 877-710 ESPN to win a 4-pack of general admission tickets to the Genesis. Scotty Scheffler, Rory, Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa, I should say, and more, all at a PGA Tour signature event. You can get your tickets at genesisinvitational.com. It's supposed to be wet. It's supposed to be cold. It could be windy. And Torrey Pines might be the hardest golf course they play all season long. So you might see the best players in the world get beat up on that golf course, which, if you're into that sort of thing, can be kind of fun.
Is that what you're looking for?
You
want to see them struggle?
I don't want to see them struggle, but when I watch guys and they shoot 30 under, it's like, that doesn't really do it for me. That's kind of globetrottery stuff. But
you want to see them overcome.
Yes, that's what I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see an incredibly challenging environment and have the very best rise to the top.
Wet and cold does not sound like a fun golf outing.
Wind.
Wet,
cold, and wind.
That does not sound fun.
Piece of not super news, semi news. We talked about it yesterday.
Anthony Rendon has infected fingernails.
No, it's all but official. Dave talked about it. Yamamoto pitching in Japan.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
And they're up to see maybe if they do Sasaki game 2, not committing to anything, but they might push for that.
Wait, he's going to pitch a major league game in 34 days.
Yep.
When's the last time he pitched?
Well, the World Series was the last week in October, so November, December, January, February. He's got 4.5 months.
Okay. When did you start throwing hard if you're him? Last month?
Probably right about now.
Right about now.
Probably right about now is when it's full go. Like we're getting
stretching it
back
out.
to stretching.
Somebody's got to pitch in 34 days.
That's what I mean. And look, he's not going to go pitch 8 innings. He might pitch 3.
Right.
Like they're gonna wrap
have a
this
plan.
up.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. Let's do our Matthew Stafford conversation.
Let's go.
Ready?
Come on. This will be fun. This will be fun. I said, I stand on this. I want him back.
I walked into the studio this morning. TVs, we got a million TVs around this place.
Yeah.
And it was Get Up, Greeny Show. And the chyron at the bottom, the little graphic at the bottom was Matthew Stafford to the Giants, and it was Stafford's face, Giants logo, question mark. I'm like, seriously?
Because his brother-in-law's there.
Yeah, we'll see. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
When it comes to the NBA, Lakers and Luka,
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
I want to thank them. Without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. Little help like you guys asked for. I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where we'd be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your...
Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Okay, I have a funny story with this song.
What?
I was in high school. Actually, I was going to high school. This was my freshman orientation.
Bonnie
before
Tyler.
I started taking. Sure. And the theater group at my high school decided to do a acting out of a scene to this song about the dangers of drugs. And like the one guy starts smoking a cigarette, and then a girl dramatically tries to tear him apart and everything. Like it's burned into my mind.
I really
at the
need
time.
You tonight and drugs.
Basically.
Total eclipse of the heart, DeMarco.
It's like
I'm
you're
going
losing
with the
him.
lyrics.
Total
Like,
eclipse of the heart.
Okay.
As this person's getting taken away down to like the bad place. They're like, oh no, he's doing drugs and cigarettes and whatever else. And it's just burned into my memory as like 13-year-old.
Did you ever mess around with cigarettes?
Once. I got the pack treatment.
Oh.
Yeah, never again.
No. It's never really intrigued me.
Yeah, it was. Well, I saw it. I thought it looked cool. I thought it was on TV.
It was on TV.
It was on magazines.
Well, when we were kids too, like not I want to say every mom and dad, but a lot of moms and dads and your friends' moms and dads and grandparents all smoked.
Yes.
Like it was not uncommon to be stuck in a car with mom and dad who were smoking, or it was.
There were ashtrays on the airplane.
Oh yeah,
it was everywhere.
In restaurants, on airplanes.
Remember the Camel?
Joe Camel.
Sure. It was a cartoon.
Yeah.
It looked like gum. They smoked on cartoons.
I remember the introduction of the smoking, non-smoking sections too.
Oh,
And smoking, non-smoking hotel rooms.
Wasn't that dumb? Non-smoking and smoking on
You
airplanes.
could be sitting there burning down a Marlboro non-filter, and I'm trying to sit in the non-smoking section, and I'm breathing it in.
We're on the same plane. Yeah, I know. Dumb. It
was a while ago. All right, so let's talk about the Matthew Stafford situation.
You got to leave room for the trio. Hold on, we're not done with that.
What do you want to do?
You have to leave room for the trio.
What trio?
LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves.
We're not doing that, are we?
I'm just saying, just leave room for the trio.
No,
there was a
DeMarco,
question
please tell me you don't actually
no,
think that
I'm
that's
just
the
having
appropriate
fun. Just
trio.
leave the door open for a second.
No. We have a duo with a very important supporting actor.
If he balls out, surprises us all, and you had to name the three of them, what would you name them?
I wouldn't. I would refuse to do it on principle because LeBron James might be the greatest player to have put on a basketball uniform.
Great, yes.
He might be.
Yes.
And if you think he is, I'm not going to yell at you for being crazy.
Okay.
I'm going to take Jordan, but if you want LeBron, I don't think you're nuts.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Luka Doncic is the best player in the NBA, arguably. Currently.
Yes.
And has the 4th most points per game average in NBA history.
Are you writing this down? So this is how we come up with a name. Greatness.
History.
Great now. And then?
And Austin Reeves is a really nice player who has never made an all-star team, who is, you know what I mean? He's I get it. He's on the team. He's an important part of the team. If they're going to win a championship, he's going to have to play really well. He's not it's like putting Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Chris Taylor. Stop it. He's not he doesn't get to be a part of the group.
There's a name in there somewhere, though. We're trying to figure that out.
Okay,
yeah.
so to me, we
2 guys in the crutch? What?
You know how The Departed is, it's Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio's movie.
Yes.
And then, Austin Reeves is Alec Baldwin, who occasionally just throws up some one-liners out of nowhere.
There you
go. Okay.
We
so
need
that's
a name,
that's their dynamic.
Okay,
they don't have a name because it's a duo and
if he
Reeves.
balls out and he becomes
I will give him a hug
an
and
official
thank
member
him.
of a big 3, we have to come up with a name. And what's the name?
You're going to need to be. Look, at least Chris Bosh had made some all-star teams.
What was the name of that big 3?
I don't know.
They called them the Heatles at one
The
point.
Heatles wasn't bad.
That
Wasn't
was
it
pretty
the
good.
Big 3?
Yeah,
I thought it was. I thought that was the
Heatles
Celtics.
was there.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of
Big
trios
threes.
that have been very successful.
Yeah. Okay. Just leave the door open. You never know. You
can't.
never know.
No.
He just dropped 45 in a
I
game.
like to have thin slices, right? Like
Right.
I want there are a lot of tiers to athletes.
I got you.
The tier that Luka and LeBron occupy, should not have a lot of people in it. It should be a tier that is maybe 6 or 7 or 8 guys
so
deep.
Austin Reeves is Linsanity right now.
No, he's better than that.
He's better
more
than
sustainable
Linsanity.
than
He's
Linsanity.
better than that.
Okay.
Jeremy Lin might have been the greatest shooting star of all time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
No,
Shooting star. See, up there we go. We got something. There you go. See, I
Come
see
on,
it.
man.
Planets and a shooting star.
Here we go. I like it. There you go. All right. So we were talking about Stafford.
Yeah.
And if you were him, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to go play in New York?
So
if you're looking at, you're at the end, 36, 37, and they offered you the most money and you wanted to cash out. If you take Kelly Stafford at her word, we love adventures.
Mm-hmm.
What could be more adventurous than going to live in New York, in the Big Apple, with a big fat paycheck?
Okay.
Your husband is the quarterback of the New York Giants.
It's a
That
big
would
deal.
be a hell of an adventure, right?
Sure.
But you've almost got no shot to win.
Right. I this is where I don't know what is in Matthew Stafford's head.
Yeah.
I cannot read his mind. And because if what you just described is what he values the most, then he should. If what he values the most is I want an adventure and I want the last possible dime in my contract.
Right.
And we've always wanted to live in New York City.
This is my last big
This is my
deal.
last shot.
Yes.
And getting the most money and having an adventure is the top of the priority list.
Yeah.
Then he should go.
The New York market for what I want to do
he should go.
Post-playing career. Yes.
Well,
factor all that in.
Put a pin in that.
Yeah.
Okay, but I am factoring it in.
Yeah.
But okay, let's do it right now. I don't know if for whatever he would like to do post-playing career, TV, radio, podcasting, whatever it is that he would like to do, media-wise or whatever, he's good, man. He's got a terrific career. He looks the part. He sounds the part. The times that we've seen him on TV, he's really good at it. If Matthew Stafford wants to be on TV or media, he's got it.
But there's people on the East Coast I can meet now.
I
and
understand.
Just talk to, have lunch
but,
with.
But he hasn't been stuck in Nashville for his whole
No.
career. He's been in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He's been around, famous people
But
for a long time.
But you know the connects he can make if he's the New York Giants
I'm not
quarterback.
saying that he might not meet a handful of people,
Yeah.
but it's not like he's starting at 0. He's at 95. Does he check off the last 5 people? Maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Maybe that's a part of it. But
quick question. Does he get on SNL now from here?
No.
But if he's there.
Not unless they get really good.
Okay, but go ahead. Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, which brings me to, I think why, if those are the things that are at the top of the priority list, and people are whispering in his ear, hey, let's go have an adventure. Oh, okay, cool. If that's what it is, go do it. If taking one last shot at maybe winning a Super Bowl, making a deep run in the playoffs, if that's on your list, then the New York Giants are
off.
a cross-off.
You have no chance.
They're a cross-off.
But I think if you go there, take the money, everybody would understand. If you took the cash, they offered me $65 million. They're not going to.
Sure.
But if they did, take the cash and go. And you crash and burn.
Yeah.
they're going to blame that on the Giants, not you.
It would be a 80-20 split.
Yeah. You paid a guy that was 36, 37, this much money. What did you expect?
And you're not, and that team's not just a quarterback away. They're a bad football team.
I wouldn't say you skate away, but it's not going to fall all on you.
No, it wouldn't. It would fall on the organization. It would be first you let Saquon walk, and then you got an aging quarterback.
Yeah, that'd be the next one for them. So the other thing was with him, if he does take the money, go to New York, and there's almost no pressure to win, to me it says you are sitting on what you've done as Hall of Fame worthy in your eyes. And I did have a convo about the Hall of Fame before this year. Like, how much
important
does it
is
mean?
it to him?
Very important.
Okay.
Like he believes in the legacy.
Yeah.
Like he's romantic about the game as we are, and he's also playing, so it matters to him.
Okay.
If you take that, I don't think you improve your legacy in New York unless you take them to the Super Bowl in your first season. And then all bets are off. You're in.
I'm a big believer in you can't play your way out of these things. I think once you've passed the threshold, you've passed the threshold. Let's say he went to New York and it was a disaster.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, I had him in, now I'm taking him out. I don't think that's how it works.
No,
or at least that's how it doesn't
I
work.
think it would improve the naysayers if it didn't happen.
Yeah, but if
there's not enough of them to keep you out.
If I'm already a no,
yeah,
the only way I'm a yes is if you go win a bunch more.
True.
Right? So going there doesn't make if I'm just shy of yes, the only way is to go win a bunch more. And I don't think that that's a realistic option. Is it possible? Sure, anything's possible. But the most likely outcome in New York would be it's a bad football team. Maybe he gets hurt. Maybe, does he get paid?
You just saw what happened to Rodgers.
Right.
Anything could happen.
That feels like a likely outcome. Staying in Los Angeles for less money, potentially. And I'm not saying that he needs to take it in the shorts.
It wouldn't be less. It would be fair money.
Okay.
It just, not being overpaid.
You're not getting that last dime.
Right.
It has to work for both sides.
Right.
But the best chance for him to win, or at least one of the best chances for him to win, is here. With Sean McVay, with the weapons they have, with the familiar surroundings that he has, to go to Pittsburgh or something like that, it needs a quarterback, or the Raiders that need a quarterback.
Right.
They don't feel like they're any closer than the Rams.
So this is where we finished. So I'll hit you with this one. If Atlanta and Raheem Morris called you, and you're the Rams, and they said straight up, Penix for Stafford, you would tell me next. Tell me next.
Hell. Coming up next, it's Factor Cap, and then the answer to the second part of a hell. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. I'll give you a hell yes on the Rotolo Chevrolet. That's for sure. That's for sure. If you've been thinking Silverado, and why not? By the way, I love driving my Silverado in the rain. That's the only good thing about the rain. I do like that. If you've been thinking about a Silverado, Chevy car truck, you got to go to Rotolo Chevrolet. The selection's great. The pricing is great. But the customer service, second to none. To the tune of 13 consecutive. There's a reason Mike Capozio's dancing on TV. There's a reason you've heard me talk about my friends at Rotolo Chevrolet for years and years now. I've been driving Silverados. I've bought cars from Rotolo Chevrolet. You should go find out for yourself what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet. It's right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You can't miss it. It's in Fontana. All the Silverados, all the Chevy cars and trucks. And that's where the best crew in cars is waiting for you. We're talking Mike Capozio. We're talking Eddie. We're talking Frank. We're talking Armando. We're talking Michael. We're talking all the guys that I've interacted with out there. They are just absolutely terrific. And if you can't get out, go online, RotoloChevy.com, ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, and more to Torrey Pines February 13th through 16th for the Genesis Invitational. This is where legends are made. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com.
I'm here with Dr. Monica Madden. Explain Invisalign to me, because I think when people see that word and they see the price tag, sometimes they get scared off, but it's actually a pretty big improvement. When I grew up, I had braces and I had those big metal brackets along my teeth. If I came to Beverly Hills Ortho in 2024, I don't necessarily need that metal, do I?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started out with braces only, and then Invisalign came along, and it's like putting a plastic tray on your teeth, switching it out every week, and all of a sudden, months into it, your teeth are much straighter. Now, it feels like putting a glove on your hand. It's so comfortable, and it's easy. Like no emergencies, no pokey wires, no broken brackets. It's really straightforward and great.
Here's how you get in touch with Beverly Hills Ortho. Call this number, 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. That's 877-753-8736 or BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
Is your vehicle due for service? Is it time to get those wipers replaced? If so, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. For over 30 years, Valvoline has provided quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people just like you. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is at its best. Oil changes, wiper blades, and more. Just pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My check engine light's on?
That could hurt your gas mileage. The AutoZone free Fix Finder service can help find the fix for free.
Get in the zone.
This whole report for free?
That's right. Printed and on your phone for free.
Get in the zone.
But what if the fix is too tough?
We'll recommend a local shop. Fix Finder, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Buenos dias.
I can't wait to hear about that second part of the Matthew Stafford. I'm excited. Okay, so I have been super jazzed about this show called Severance. Have you guys seen this show or aware of this show?
Have not seen it.
Okay, let me tell you the basic premise of this show. There is a technology in a company that allows workers to experience severance, where you walk in as your outie self, like your fully conscious self that lives outside of the workforce, and there's a version of you that works only inside of your workplace. So our innies right now would only be here in this building.
And I don't know about my outer life. Mm-hmm. I don't even know it's out there.
It's completely severed from your brain. Okay. So your outie life is completely separate from your inside of your work life, okay? Wow. The concept is that you can sever a portion of what you do. So you can sever something you don't want to do. So my statement, though, is there is something you would sever for. So, for example, you would sever driving to and from work. You would sever doing the dishes. But keep in mind, your innie, that is their entire life. All they do is drive to and from work. All they do is do the dishes.
That sounds like a good deal.
So you have to be ethical a little bit. Like, you don't want this person to hate their life so much that
driving, though.
They do something else. So there is something you would sever for. Travis, Factor Cap.
Oh, my God. Emily?
Cap. Look, I'm not going to get too metaphysical here. The only way you appreciate the good stuff is if you got a little bad stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have that. I don't want to be in this car. So by the time you get home, you're like, this is great. I like being home. I like seeing my family. I like being with my partner. That you need the now, you don't want a ton of bad stuff, But yeah, no, you need the good to make the bad.
I have heard a good one.
Good.
The gym and working out. So that your severed self, all they do is do the gym. They do all the work for you. You just reap the benefits of having a slim body.
That's not a bad idea.
And they get the endorphins.
I mean, but I love working out, but you're still working out. It's just
not bad.
You're disconnected from it. But I like working out.
But then when
too.
I'm with everywhere else, I can't brag about my workouts.
And talk about your walks.
Right.
I like the driving. The driving sounds good.
Yeah.
I got to go Cap though. Yeah, without the bad, you can't have the good.
Like if you had the option, you wouldn't do it, but if you had to do it, it would be for driving.
Well, Travis ruined it. You got to have the bad to have the good,
right?
But she almost had me with the driving.
Well, okay,
it's like a Waymo.
The driving is not great. I spend probably as much time in the car as just about anybody. I'm right around 3 hours a day. Okay?
Yeah,
it's a lot of time in the car, and I don't love it. But there are times you get to make phone calls, talk to friends, you get to listen to music, you get to listen to a podcast. You can, which I like.
Yeah, I'm capping.
Check out.
Yeah, I'm capping. Let me change mine to fact, but I can't say what it is. And you would actually have the same one.
I know.
You would. Of course you would. You would have the same one, but we can't say it.
All right.
Can you step in for me right here?
Stop.
Nope.
Stop. Next.
So, in Emily's world, and a lot of people who love TV's world, this weekend is big for television. And it's been a dry desert of a lot of not so great shows that have come out of this last year, but just this weekend, here's what you can watch if you like prestige TV. White Lotus comes back this weekend. Yellow Jackets comes back this weekend. Severance is continuing to have episodes. Episode 5 comes out on Thursday. Love is Blind is back this weekend.
You and Love is Blind,
and
man.
the SNL 50th anniversary is on Sunday. These are all these things that I'm going to plan my day around watching these things. But I don't have a partner. I don't have someone I watch all these things for. And I've heard from other people that do, that you sometimes like, I have to wait to watch this with so-and-so. You know, so you and your wife always have something you watch together. So you'll wait to watch White Lotus together. You'll wait to watch, WWE together. DeMarco, fact or cap?
Oh, no, Cap. No. We did. Not anymore. Yeah, I mean, we always have our go-tos. Like, if we can't find something to watch together, we'll just watch one of her shows or she'll watch one of mine. But no, nothing.
But there's not like you'd wait to see White Lotus's season premiere until she gets home.
Cap.
Okay.
Yeah, Cap.
Travis?
It's fact for me. Like there's not a ton of them, but there are just enough of them. I'll use a recent example. We started watching Landman, which, by the way, awesome. Huge fan, all in, loved it. We started watching it together. Susan stays up much later than I do. Okay. And she would wait. She would not watch one without me. Like, she would wait until I got back to watch TV later that week.
Exactly.
And the same thing with her. Like, I get home before she does. I'm not flipping on and watching ahead and let her catch up. We wait for each other.
Have you ever watched ahead of time and lied to her about it?
No.
Okay.
No,
when
because
we fell out over Beef.
Yeah.
Did you see that show, Beef?
I loved Beef.
That's the one that started with a car chase?
She started getting home late. I said, look, I'm going to start this at 4 because I
want to see it.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's when we
But the thing is about that is that it's a bingeable show.
Yes.
And so it'd be easy to get way ahead of her as well. By the way, Beef Season 2, I believe, is filming this spring.
Oh.
But totally new cast.
I think you'd really like it.
I can't wait.
You like Billy Bob, right?
I love Billy Bob.
Then you're going to love it.
Love is Blind. They're not blind. They just can't see each other.
Right.
Okay. That's it, right?
I don't think that's for you and me. That's not a show for
Actually,
us.
you would say, no, I have more men come up and talk to me about Love is Blind.
I'm not saying that it's a male-female thing. I'm saying it's not a Travis thing.
Okay.
I think DeMarco would like it.
Okay.
I think maybe if you wanted to check it out, it's very interesting. It could have some content for the show.
Is that Nick Lachey?
Yes, and Vanessa Lachey as the host.
Is that a plus or a minus in your book?
Let's just move on.
Moving on. Another show. They had a trailer for this come out. It's going to be on Netflix. It's called The Clubhouse, and it's a season with the Red Sox. So it seems as if it's like a Hard Knocks. We're going to follow one team throughout the entirety of the season. So Red Sox, I believe, were under 500 last year. We're not a very good team. So my statement is, you are more interested in following a team that is not good than following a team that is good in a baseball season. It's long, has lots of things to go on with it. Travis, fact or cap?
I think it's cap for me. I don't think good or bad has anything to do with whether or not I'm going to like it or dislike it. I think you need compelling individuals. You need compelling storylines. Winning can be very compelling. Losing can be very compelling. Conflict among teammates. Conflict between coaches and players. I need personalities and stories much more than, hey, they're going to go to the playoffs or this team is the Chicago White Sox and they can't win a game.
You want a little dysfunction?
I want conflict. Conflict is the center of drama, right? That you need resolution. And yes, I would want much more about the people than the winning.
Like, would you rather have the Angels or the Padres than the Red Sox?
The Padres, because they got colorful individuals.
Angels has dysfunction.
Yeah, but they're all they're the people that are on the Angels are not, at least as far as I can tell, are not particularly interesting.
Okay.
The Padres, like Manny Machado, like him or dislike him, very interesting. Tatis, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, DeMarco, you would rather have a team that is not as good than a team that is good.
All right, answer me this, and this will help me. A complete dud, bad, horrible season with Tommy Lasorda as the manager.
Okay.
Or a complete run, excellent season, no problems, 120 wins with Dave Roberts. Which one is more interesting?
That's a great question.
I'm going with Tommy. That's going to be far more interesting.
Be funnier.
Yeah, definitely. That's hard, right? Yeah.
It really is. I think I would go the other thing by a hair. By a hair because it's history, because it's never been done before.
See, that would be fun. That's enough for me too.
But Tommy doing Tommy, that would be pretty good.
Can you imagine the press conferences and the questions if he gets the same question over and over
is it
and over?
Public Tommy or is it private Tommy?
Which one's better? Private Tommy.
Dave Roberts times a billion.
What's private Tommy's bad Tommy?
You asked me the question, I will take Dave Roberts times a billion.
Does that make me factor Cap? I think that's Cap, right?
Sure.
Okay, Cap. There you go.
Now I'm thinking of all the Tommy stuff. What do I think of Kingman's performance? Amazing.
That would be fun.
Amazing. Factor Cap's brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but with Joe, family always comes first. That's a fact. Call 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. Of course, you can go online at normandlegal.com. 213-747-2000. Penix for Stafford is your proposition?
That's the question. That was just for fun, hypothetically speaking. 36, 37.
My answer is not hypothetical.
Okay.
It's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Wiz Khalifa.
What you know about Wiz Khalifa?
I'm going to tell you what I know. A couple years ago, I went to a music festival, and Wiz Khalifa is playing. There's a lot of weed in the ear. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Right? You know how, like, when you go to a sporting event, somebody will bring, like, a beach ball, and everybody will hit the beach ball? Well, at a Wiz Khalifa concert, they bring, like, inflatable doobies, okay? Like, big, giant reefer doobies. And, dude, there must have been, like, 100 doobies flying around in the air. And so now there's smell of weed everywhere. And my daughter goes, "What is that smell?" And I go, "I don't know, but I think it's, like, burnt kettle corn or something." And my daughter goes,
"That's
no.
a bad smell."
Here's what my daughter says. "No, Dad, it smells like you." Yeah. I'm like, what?
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em.
Hey.
I lived in Texas for a while.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How much weight did you gain?
Bit.
Yeah.
Bit.
Easy to do, right?
Yeah. They like to have a good time in Texas.
Beer and barbecue.
Yep.
Yep.
And late nights. That is a late crowd.
They do go home quite real late. It's fun.
First,
yeah,
we met some friends, and they're still friends. And they invited us over to their home for a barbecue. Like, you kind of get to know everybody, and like we met them through the kids, like through Little League.
Yeah.
And, hey, we're going to have a cookout, and come on over. And, okay, great. What time should we get there? We go, 6 or so? Great. So we show up at 6 o'clock or 6:15 or whatever, and first of all, I didn't know in these situations you bring your own drinks. That was kind of understood. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you were just and everybody's showing up with coolers, and we brought like a bottle of wine for the host or whatever. But I didn't know, like, if I wanted to drink beer, I needed to bring my own beer.
Yes.
So I wanted to pour a little, Jack and Coke or something like that. I got to bring my own stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't know that, so I was kind of empty-handed and feeling a little weird. Also, come over at 6 for the cookout means we'll eat around 10:30. And I'm looking at Susan. I'm like, I'm going to starve to death here. Like, I'm going to fall out.
Yeah, but it's
In
going to be
Spain,
so
sometimes
good.
they don't even eat till midnight.
And
it's going to be so good, though.
And I was so.
Yeah.
And by the way, so if you're at a cookout,
yeah,
and you get there at 6, and the food's not hitting the table till 10,
you're drinking the whole time.
Bullseye.
The whole time. Yep.
Yeah. So putting on weight was not a huge challenge.
Fun. Yes.
See, here we got chocolate covered mangoes in the kitchen.
I got corrected. I didn't know Boot Scoot Boogie was a dance.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a song.
I
had no idea.
The only reason I know it's a dance is because one of my college roommates, what up, Squiggy, used to do the Boot Scoot Boogie.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He used to actually know the moves in the dance, so that's the only
I've
reason I
gone
know
line dancing here in LA a couple of times. It's really fun.
Yeah,
Did you ever do it?
That's what happened. What are they doing? That's the Boot Scoot Boogie. I started laughing.
I'm going like this.
They're not kidding. That is the real dance. And something about cowboy boots, the ropers. There's different
types of boots.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Sorry,
either.
Man.
But I do know that there are different types.
These are ropers.
There's a Miley Cyrus song, Hoedown Throwdown.
That's a dance?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Didn't know. Yeah.
Little Laker
I
news.
wasn't there that long.
Yeah. Good decision. This is an update, Laker update. Luka Doncic is questionable for tonight's game against the Utah Jazz.
So questionable, doubtful, out. So questionable is good of the three. Doubtful's the bad. Well, out is bad. Doubtful, you probably won't see him. Questionable means that he's on the injury report. Yeah, there's an issue.
That right there. That when a guy had not played since Christmas, comes back and plays one game and then is unavailable to play in the next game, and it's not a 5-alarm fire. It's not that.
He's also not unavailable yet.
No, I understand that, but it's also one of those. If this is something that requires maintenance like that, then why not have just waited till the end of the All-Star break and buy him another whatever that would have been 10 days or so?
Or maybe they knew, like when he comes back, we're going to ramp him up. He's still going to be questionable for every game, and if it's okay, we'll give him more minutes or we'll give him less. But he's got to play. He's got to go out there and get his work in
tonight, or just
period.
Yeah.
Party, you got to get back out there and play.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no problem at all, 10 being this is the terrible, terrible news. What is this?
5.
5 in the middle.
For me, it's 5. I don't like it. I wish he was off. I wish we weren't talking about this, but you are. So 5.
I think it's just a product of he was out for 6 weeks. It's going to be until after the All-Star break where he's not going to be on the injury report at all.
I hope so, and I think that's certainly possible. But here's the but: is if the Lakers would have said, when did they play? Monday. If they would have said, look, he's going to play tonight, he's not going to play Wednesday, we're going to give him the All-Star break. Cool. That wasn't the plan. Or at least that wasn't the proposition that was public. It was, we expect him to play on Wednesday too. And now it's he may or may not play.
Yeah.
So it just feels like it's a weird. Look, again, all good, all positive, all excitement. But this is the one thing that could make that deal, I don't want to say not a success because I believe it's going to be a success, but if he just can't get right. That's the one thing that just makes you go, if he plays 55, 60 games a year, it's like, man, what are we doing here? Like that would be the frustration.
One more question about Austin Reeves for 1 second. Just entertain me for fun.
I'll do my best.
Let's say Luka's fully healed.
Okay.
And LeBron and Luka are doing their thing. Yeah. And it's flowing. It's poetry. Do you think there'll be a game when Austin Rivers starts and outscores them?
Yes.
Austin Reeves.
Yes.
Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Yes. You think there'll be a game?
I don't think it's going to happen very frequently, but yes.
Not outscores the two, outscores one of the two in said game.
I think there will be, by the end of this season, there will be a game where all 3 of those guys play and Austin Reeves is the leading scorer. I believe that will happen. I don't think it's going to happen 5 times, but I think it'll happen once or twice. Yeah. He's really good.
How many times does that have to happen? This is hypothetical now. How many times does that have to happen before he becomes a member of the Big Three?
Check in with me in 2028, and we can have the conversation. But until then, we're gonna wait. You know what needs to happen?
Yeah,
it's gonna need to make an all-star team.
Okay,
he's going to need to be a whether it's an actual like you won the award or a hey, you know what? He was the MVP of that series.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like they go up against Memphis in the second. I know that they don't award second round MVPs. But he was the MVP of that second round. It's like, oh, okay.
He's Tommy Edman. Which is the Mookie, Shohei, Freeman are the stars of this team, and they are by far the big 3.
Yeah.
And then you have Tommy Edman, who balled out in the CS.
NLCS MVP.
MVP.
Yeah. Yes. You know what? I would even go a step further. No, I'm not going to go a step further. I think that's right. I think that's exactly right.
When they do the pictures next year, right? You know, they get the team, LeBron by yourself, Luka by. Okay, let's get the big 3 out here. It'll be Luka, LeBron, and Austin. Wow.
Look, that's when Dalton Connect should be like, I'm out of here, man. That
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Connect thought.
What you said?
Yeah.
Like they're doing, all right, everybody gets their individual.
Yeah.
There's going to be a couple of Luka, LeBron togethers.
Grab the ball, put them in the headlock, have fun. Yeah.
Austin, hop in there.
Yeah,
that will happen.
That's the big 3. Get in there.
Nope. I'm not going to let you call it.
I need the big 3 over here right now.
Yeah. And everyone go, can you be more specific?
You know who I mean.
Can you be more specific? You know,
that's funny.
Jackson Hayes will be like, is that me? You want me to hop in there?
If he believes it, I would tell him whatever it takes to keep him going.
He's been good.
I would lie to him. You're an all-star.
You're
been
good.
Best. Yes, you're the best center we ever had. We were lying.
Stop.
Yeah, the reason we rescinded the trade is because of you. We didn't need him anymore.
They don't need Jackson Hayes to be Shaq or Kareem. Okay, they need him to be good enough.
You got to roll, man.
Be good.
You do.
Fill your role.
That's
be
it.
good enough. Alex Len, you do not need to show up and be Pau Gasol. What I need you to be is a guy that can play 10 or 12 minutes here and there, and we can survive.
Or 5 fouls.
Yeah.
Go be physical.
Go do your thing.
Yes, that's what I need from you right there.
I'm bummed that the All-Star break in the NBA because the All-Star game is kind of lame, but whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want the Lakers to stop playing.
No.
Like hot is one of those things. Like you want to play every night when you're playing like this.
It's so fun. It's the complete opposite of last year. Like this, you wanted the rest from last.
Honestly,
now it's like you want them to keep going. Right?
Look, you call it rest. I just wanted it off my TV.
I just want it gone.
Yeah. God, I got to watch this again.
I just want it gone.
It was a chore, DeMarco.
I am interested though in the AD LeBron thing.
But
he's out though. I mean, but I'm sure there's going to be. Yeah, they're going to see each other at some point.
Okay, if you're Anthony Davis, I'm not going to the All-Star weekend. I'm not playing.
I guess you're not. I guess it's all gone. Yeah, but I thought he might show up.
You're going to go rehab. You're going to go take your injury seriously.
Take a break, man. I get a couple of days to. I mean, I know he's injured.
Don't you have to go for pictures at least?
But no, I think it would be a bad optic, honestly, if he's injured and then he goes to the All-Star game. Even if he's not playing, I think it's bad optic.
Okay, if he just goes and says what's up, you
got to hop on a plane. You got to hop on a plane to come back.
So forget that.
I get it. He doesn't have a middle seat in Southwest,
right?
But it's still, you still got to get there,
no doubt.
Right?
That and the 3-point contest. I think that might be the only thing that still draws.
The 3-point contest is fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah. Even though we're saying they shoot too many threes, but it is fun to watch.
But when you get, what do they take? 20? It's 20, right? Or is it 25? It's 1,
and
2.
Aren't they
it's
involving
25.
Caitlin Clark and Sabrina again in this?
Is she going to compete?
I'm not sure.
I think I heard about this one time.
Okay.
But watching Steph take 25 threes and whatever it is a minute, that's fun.
Any day of the week.
That's
yes,
fun.
Yes.
And just sitting and go thump, thump, thump.
So back to my original point. Matthew Stafford for Penix.
I was hoping you'd forget.
No.
I was hoping you'd forget.
If Raheem Morris called hey, Sean, look, I got an idea. I want the veteran. I need the veteran for my team. All we're missing is him and that leadership. And I will give you, in return, Michael Penix.
Coming up next, Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
It is a whole new vibe around this team.
Site flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
This February, the Genesis Invitational heads to Torrey Pines in San Diego. Be there when moments become legendary. The roars echo through the trees, and champions rise. The Genesis Invitational welcomes the world's best golfers, including Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Colin Morikawa, and more, to Torrey Pines February 13th through 16th for the Genesis Invitational. This is where legends are made. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! I would ask you how you're feeling, Laura, but I can tell by looking at you, and I know that it hurts to talk to you. Just hang in there. I know that she broke her teeth. One tooth. Yeah.
On some almonds at a Super Bowl party.
You sure there wasn't like a nut and bolt thrown in there, or a marble or something?
Yeah.
Have you ever busted a tooth off?
Not yet, no.
It's not great. I had a crown come off just eating one time. It didn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
But I'm eating my food.
What is that? Is that the almonds? Oh, stay away from those almonds? Okay. Yeah.
I'm just eating my food. It wasn't even something like hard. It was just normal food. And all of a sudden, what is that?
Piece of tooth?
My crown came off of my tooth.
Gross.
It was not good.
Nope.
It's not
never,
good.
Never. So I'm trying to figure out how this works. A young quarterback that actually has promise, right? So Bo Nix is on that list, right?
Yeah, he had a good year.
Good year.
Uh-huh.
And Penix.
Okay.
Those would be the other two. I mean, you're not going to get Tua. You're not going to get. You don't want.
I wouldn't want Tua. I wouldn't want Tua for free.
You wouldn't want Bryce Young.
No.
As of right now.
No.
Drake May.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that.
If New England called and said, we want
He had a
Matthew
pretty good
Stafford. Okay, would you trade Stafford for a young Drake May? That's the question.
Yes.
You would.
I think that there's two different questions taking place at the same time. The question is Matthew Stafford the best quarterback for the Rams next year among the players that are likely available? It's an unequivocal yes.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
When you look at the quarterback market that is like, you're talking Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, you know, one or two other guys, and it's Stafford by a mile.
100%.
By a mile.
100%.
But once you start going into those younger guys that have a lot of runway, now there's no proof. I don't know if Michael Penix is going to be a good NFL player.
There's a lot of unknown about these youngsters.
I think he would, but I don't know for sure.
Right.
If Matthew Stafford were 32 instead of 37 or whatever he is,
flat no.
It's a flat no. But he's
right now he
he's
would entertain
37,
it. So
and I can get a lot cheaper. I buy myself a little runway, a lot younger, and while there is a chance that these guys could be average to below average, there's a chance they could be really good, too. And I got a guy for 12 or 15 years.
Or at least the next 3 before you have to pay him again.
Yeah.
So, but if you made that move now, I would say you have lost all hope with competing with the Eagles for the next 2 or 3 years. Because you're going to be developing.
It would be very difficult.
You're going to be developing a quarterback.
I'm not going to just say hard no, but first of all, the NFL is super weird. Guys get good and guys get bad fast.
And guys get hurt. I get it.
All the time. So I wouldn't say no chance. It would be more. The chance of beating the Eagles is better with Matthew Stafford than with a young and upcoming quarterback. But it's not impossible.
You had him this year, and you lost
yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
And
got killed once.
Matthew Stafford was the only reason you were in the game. Both. So if you remove that, where are you?
It's probably nowhere good, but maybe Saquon has something happen to him. Maybe Jalen Hurts has something happen. You know, you just don't know.
Yeah, that was the question. So if you want to go younger, and I'm trying to.
If not the Eagles, the Falcons called and said, "Hey, 1 for 1, I'm doing that 100 times." I wouldn't love it. I understand there's risk, but the cost and the time on both ends, the cost of Matthew Stafford times the amount of time he has left.
Correct.
That's a very small amount of time at a very high price.
But you'd be punting on 2025.
Maybe.
Sorta.
Yes.
For a chance to win in 26, 27.
And your quarterback and all of that defensive line basically are going to come up due at the same time. Pretty much.
I get that. But again, nobody knows what happens next. What I want are more chances for good things to happen. With Matthew Stafford, my chances for good things are next year and maybe one more after that. I got like 2 more bites at the apple, maybe only one.
Yeah.
Right? With a younger player like you mentioned, Drake May or Michael Penix or any of those guys, assuming that they're at least halfway decent,
if you develop them,
I got 10 shots at this.
Absolutely, you do.
Give me the 10 shots.
That's
what I'm talking about.
But you're close with the guys you have now. You ended,
the reason he's an easy yes for me right now is because those guys aren't available.
It's never going to happen. This was just fun.
Those guys aren't available. But if all of a sudden, like a guy like Tua, hell no.
I wouldn't say it's never going to happen. I don't think it will happen. Unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
But you never know.
No. You've heard me say it a million times. If your quarterback isn't somewhere between very good to exceptional, you're kind of capped out at where you're going to go.
Very true.
You're kind of capped out. Once in a while, that's not true, but more often than not, that's true. And they have a guy that is somewhere between very good and exceptional. They have that guy.
I'm trying to think, the Giants would not if they made a run for Stafford. That wouldn't satisfy his competitive urge. You've got no shot to win there.
I don't think so.
The Jets are wide open now.
Raiders.
The Raiders.
The one that
would be intriguing. The Raiders would be very intriguing.
Pete Carroll. Have weapons.
The Raiders are one of those that makes you go, ugh. Okay. Yeah. The Giants, you see it like they stink. They're not close.
Right.
So that's kind of a cross off. The Raiders.
The best chance to win now is where?
There's 2 spots.
Okay. Here?
Steelers?
Yes.
And the Steelers.
Yes.
Okay.
What about the Browns?
Chance to win now. And
Can
Myles Garrett wants out of there.
That thing is rotten. And I'm not saying that the players there aren't good. I'm not saying that Kevin Stefanski's a bad. I'm saying there are some places. What up, Clippers? There are the Angels. That there are just some places. It ain't going to happen here.
Yeah.
It's just there's something that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And if I had 1 or 2, unless it's just a straight cash play, which it can't be in Cleveland because they already owe Watson all that money.
Yeah.
Not with a 10-foot pole.
Man,
with a 10-foot pole.
They love you here. You've got the run of the place. I mean, it's almost you've got the same stroke that Rodgers had. You're just not that guy.
Yeah, you're not a.
Yeah, if you had him under contract and Stafford said, "I'm going to Egypt," he's going. There's nothing you can do. He's that guy, but he's not that guy. So why would you want to leave this for just a few extra dollars? That's what I'm saying.
DeMarco, you're singing my song.
You're still going to make a mint. They're going to pay you a lot of money. Why would you leave what you've built here?
I'll use round numbers. Yeah. If you're asking me, would I rather make $50 million and be on a bad team or make $43 million and be on a good team?
I'd rather be on the good team.
Me too.
I'd rather be on the good team.
And especially if I've got $300 million in the bank.
True. But I do see the player's point if you're in cash out mode.
I do too. Yeah. But that cash out mode though, it's not a question. It's who's offering one penny more. I'm going to go take that. That's cash out mode to me, right?
True. Right. If you're in ski mask mode,
right.
If you're in ski mask mode, you go to the highest bidder.
If I'm telling my agent, go find me the most money possible.
I think that's how we put a bow on it. If he takes the job in New York, takes the offer, takes more money, that means he's done as a player.
I think he's punted on his ability to go win a bunch.
Yeah. I'm cashing out.
I am
right.
Do you go money or years if you're Matthew Stafford?
Money.
Both.
Yeah, well.
But I'd want the 2-year commitment. I wouldn't want to be looking over my shoulder. If you give me a 2-year commitment, draft who you want.
What if it was 2 years and added up to 43, or 1 year and it's 50?
You're asking me? Done deal. Let's go play football. But I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know the guy at all.
Yeah.
I think I've interviewed him once in my entire life.
He's going to push the leverage up to the hilt.
I get that, but what I get from listening to him, what I get from watching him, and not just like watching him at practice and things like this. I'm talking watching him play football, watching the amount of toughness that he has. Guy wants to win football games. He does not strike me as a guy that's out there to get every last dime out of a deal and get the hell out of here. He wants to get what he thinks is fair and he deserves. And I want to be on he was on a bad team for a long time.
That's what I'm saying. If you take the money and go to a bad team, that means you got blasted out and you're done. You're in ski mask mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you stay for less money, that means you want to compete and keep playing. I know it sounds weird.
I'm optimistic that he's back. I'm a 70-30 that he's back. I'm not naive to the fact that he could leave, but I would be surprised if he did a straight money play. I would 100%. Not be as surprised. Like the Raiders is a money play plus an interesting play. The Steelers is I think I might be better over here.
Okay.
That's a little different. Okay. But if it's just a straight, if he goes to the team like the Giants or
that has no shot, that's just bad.
Just bad.
Yep. That tells you what you need to know right there.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'd be surprised by that.
Makes sense.
I'd be surprised by that. You know what else they need to do next season? They need to get rid of the stupid kickoff thing they did last year.
You don't like it? It's safer.
That's fine. But then leave that in and bring the onside kick back. Because that was a fun play. I'm not saying
it's got to have a surprise element. You can't tell them it's
That's
coming.
what I'm saying.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. There needs to be the Chiefs in the third quarter. They needed to start to try to do some stuff.
Do you like the 4th and 20?
I do.
I like the 4th and 20
I'd make
play.
it a little bit shorter than 20, but I like the idea of that.
4th and 17?
I think that's the sweet spot.
Okay, 4th and 17. I like that.
You get one shot.
One play.
And if you don't get it, I get the ball where you stop.
Right there.
Yeah.
I think it's like an onside kick.
Yeah, and I have control. I don't need to get super lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
An onside kick needs to be executed really well. But I got to get a weird bounce. I got to have somebody bounce off their chest.
Yeah.
Like, I got to get a little bit
For
lucky.
all the damage it used to cause, it's not worth it. I mean, 80%, 90%, you don't get it.
No,
but guaranteed 100%, somebody's getting knocked cold.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I understand the desire to remove that violence from football.
Oh, my God, yeah.
But it also was – I think it was something like 17 or 18%, which is roughly the same percentage that you're converting on 4th and 17. It's
I like that.
I like that too. So it's about the same thing. But the way they have it now, where you can't the receiving team recovers it like 97% of the time.
Every time I see it, I think it's like when they do freeway construction and it's an unfinished bridge. It's just not done. It's just we didn't think of this.
Yeah.
We ran out of money.
Yeah.
Right.
And look, one of the things I like about the NFL that I think is they do tinker with their rules. They're willing to do it. Sometimes they get it exactly right. One of the great rules changes that I think they've made relatively recently was moving the PAT back.
Yeah.
That it went from this is stupid, they never miss, to they miss just enough to where you got to watch it. Just enough.
Anything for player safety I get, and you have to live with the results. Like some of these, defenseless receiver penalties.
Yeah.
You have to live with it. Because if you didn't call these, with the way these guys can run now, really, big, faster, strong, I mean, come on.
What's the downside to the 4th and 17 idea? What make the argument why that would not be a good thing for the NFL?
I like the rule. I think it's good. It gives both.
What would somebody who doesn't like it say?
I don't know. I haven't heard any argument against.
What's that?
They would be converted too often.
But a 4th and 17, any quarterback is hamstrung by that.
Yeah, it would get converted more than what we're seeing now, but it's not. I mean,
that's hard. Yeah,
super hard.
I don't care who you got at receiver or quarterback.
4th and 17 from what position on the field?
The other team's 25-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got DBs, 4 DBs with their feet on the 17.
Right.
You're going to have to throw it short, and we make tackles. We're off the field.
Right.
That's not easy to get.
No, it's not. And you'd get, you know what else you'd get too?
What?
You'd get some pretty creative plays. Like if all of a sudden I know, like specifically, I need to gain 17 yards.
Yeah.
Right? Then it would get weird.
You know who would be a nightmare in a 4th and 17 is Kyler Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Go back there and run around for 19 seconds until something opens up and then throw it or run it. That would be a nightmare. But it would be fun to watch.
He's another one, by the way, that if you said to me, you want Murray? Nope.
You wouldn't want him?
Nope.
You wouldn't want him?
Nope. I don't want a 5'4" quarterback. No, thank you.
You can move, though.
He's fast.
God, can he move?
If I want him to return punts, sure. But if I want him as my quarterback, not so much.
I still think right environment, right system, right coach, that guy's a menace.
Here's if almost all of these guys that are successful are the same size and shape, there's a reason.
Okay.
I'm not saying that there can't be an outlier once in a while, right?
Yeah.
I know what you mean. There's a Pedro Martinez once in a while.
Yeah.
That dude ain't Pedro Martinez. Okay? Pedro Martinez is 5'9" or whatever he is. Cool. I know that most of those guys are 6'4".
Yeah.
And like this. Pedro isn't. The reason every quarterback is 6'5" is because that's kind of how you need to be 6'5".
Kind of a prerequisite of the job, except dude is blinding. But I get you.
Give me, yeah. I don't know. What about Valvoline? Are we doing that next?
Well, we're going to do that after you tease what we're doing next.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to tease next. Oh, I got one for you.
Valvoline. See, Austin, Luka.
The Valvoline squad.
Is that working? No. Okay.
No, that's not going to be it. Clayton Kershaw is officially back in the fold with the Dodgers. And I want you to help me with something.
Okay.
I want you to help me sort out my feelings for Clayton Kershaw's career as a Dodger. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Speaking of Emily, Valvoline. Let's talk about Valvoline, right?
Need those wipers.
And those wipers. I needed them this morning. I'm still smearing the water all over my windshield. If you need to get your wipers squared away, oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, wipers, a whole lot of stuff, all of it, drive in, drive out at the Valvoline Instant Oil Change. And they're going to get you taken care of in about 15 minutes, which means you don't get out of the car. At Valvoline, you stay nice and safe. Sit right there in the driver's seat while the expert technicians go to work on your car, making sure that it's at its absolute best. You can take a little snooze. You can stare at your phone. You can listen to music. You just sit back and you know that your car is running at its absolute best. And they've been doing it for over 30 years. Quick and convenient automotive maintenance services for busy people like us at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. There are 80 locations around Southern California. Here's how you find one. SoCalOilChange.com. Go to SoCalOilChange.com, find one of those 80 locations, and download yourself some game-winning coupons for your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
What's up? Oh.
I love this song.
Oh. Then wouldn't it be like, uh-oh?
Oh, no, it's that song.
Okay.
This is where chairs start to fly at parties. Yes.
You and I went to very different parties.
Just saying.
There are not a lot of flying U's. Bobby Knight at your parties?
Bobby Knight? Not couple. Yeah. More like wrestling, though.
Oh, yeah.
Folding chairs.
Well, you had
tables.
guys like military pressing teammates above their heads, ready to throw them off the balcony.
It was in the movies in the 80s. We thought that's how you're supposed to behave. You're supposed to tear stuff
Okay,
up.
at my parties in college was people would get the Roman candles out at the end of the night and do like wizard battles against each other, like Harry Potter style, but doing the Roman candles at each other.
So, were you grew up where fireworks legal?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No.
Like,
They're not legal in Virginia, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like if you said to me, Trav, I need you to come back here with a Roman candle inside of an hour, like I have no idea.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
We also had a fight club one time that had to be broken up by some cops that I had to help protect my friend from. So that was fun.
Wow. That was a benefit to living in Missouri. Fireworks were legal.
Yeah. Well, they like their freedoms in Missouri.
On every street corner,
They like to do what they
want. Give me 3 of those.
Whatever happened to just getting a 12-pack of Keystone Light and sitting around and shooting the breeze?
You mean like around the 4th of July or
No, just in instead of throwing chairs at one another.
I mean, that's usually how stuff starts.
Okay.
That's the beginning part
All
of the night.
All right. So you like 4th and 17 as an onside kick. I like 4th and 17 as an onside kick.
I like the onside kick, the surprise element. And
Yes.
I get you're trying to make it safer.
Yeah.
So if you remove it, it's dumb now because you tell them it's coming. So what's the point? So if you're eliminating onside kicks, then how do you have a team that needs the ball? What can you do? How about a 4th and 20?
I like
we
it.
settled on 4th and 17.
I think 4th and 15 is too short. I
Yeah.
think 4th and 20 is too long.
It's hard.
So let's split the difference and call it 4th and 17.
Let's do that instead of what we're doing now.
Jacob says he knows why that would not work out. Jacob in Oxnard, you're on with Travis and DeMarco. What's up, Jacob?
Hi. So, I was listening in, and I would be against it mainly because the way the league is catered to the offense. You go 4th and 17, all the offense is going to do is just chuck it deep and hope for a defensive pass interference. which we see a little bit too much in the NFL, guys flopping for the call. So I just think it would actually be more of an advantage to do that versus I don't like the onside kick nowadays, but I think it gives too much advantage to the offense.
4th and 17, you got to go vertical, which means I'm not going to be in man coverage. Like I said, I'll be in some sort of quarters or shell. So if you are going deep, he's going to have to hold it before they clear. That's 17 yards before they clear.
Right.
That's a long way. So if you're going vertical, I mean, I get it. Penalties would suck. 4th and 17, you get a PI or whatever, and it gives them a free first down. That would stink. But it's 4th and 17 is hard to get.
It is.
To get the ball vertical.
There would be, again, there would be
because
occasions.
Anything underneath, I'm going to let them catch it and tackle them.
Sure,
that's it. Right.
Sure. And there would be occasions, Jacob, thank you for the call, where there is a PI and you're like, oh, man, they bailed him out. It's going to happen. This is one of my favorite sayings. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Right? That just because there might be a mistake here and there doesn't mean that it's still not a good idea. They're not going to call a penalty very often. They're going to know the difference between they're just chucking it up, hoping that somebody throws a flag, as opposed to trying to run a play. And the referees will sniff a lot of that out. There'll be some mistakes here and there. But if it were just as easy as, hey, let's just throw it up, then they would go for it on 4th and 17 now all the time on just 4th down.
You know, that's the one play they really let go.
Yeah,
is the Hail Mary. They let
stuff fist
go.
Fight down there half the time,
and they don't get away with it. So I think this might actually work.
So
other than telling them the onside kick is coming, that doesn't make sense.
The surprise onside kick was always a fun, exciting, like, oh my gosh, they did it, like opening up the second half,
catching with their pants down,
catching them with their pants down. But even the ones at the end of the game where, hey, I got to get the ball back. Right. Even that, before they changed all the rules, they still got them enough that it was like, okay, let's pay attention. Now
man.
It's just they just never get the ball.
Man, I mean, when they used to
Were you ever on that team?
When you're younger and you're on every special team. So kickoff, that's the one that's like, oh, I'm on kickoff. Kick return, kind of the same, but at least you're returning the ball and you have a chance if he downs it.
Yeah.
Punt return, tough. You got to be fast. The ones you want to avoid are hands team or the onside kick team.
Yeah.
Because if you're not one of the skill guys,
you're getting blown up.
Or you're just running into a wall as hard as you can. Yeah. To create space so somebody else can get it. No.
I don't want that gig.
Right.
I don't want that gig. So Clayton Kershaw officially, no surprise, back with the Dodgers for his 18th season. And, you know, they're showing him at Camelback Ranch yesterday playing catch and whatnot and just kind of working out, getting ready for the season. And Clayton Kershaw is unequivocally one of the great Dodgers of all time. He is what did we say he is? He's a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. Yeah. He's an MVP. He's a 10-time All-Star. He's one of the great pitchers in Dodger history. He's one of the great pitchers in baseball history. But he has such a mixed bag in the playoffs that his legacy here is complex. It's positive for the most part, but like when you think of, let's use Kobe Bryant as an example, because I think this is a good comparison. Kobe played for one team in LA his entire career, didn't bounce around, right? Didn't go and have a couple of years here or there, was the best player in the league for a stretch of his time, MVP and all that kind of stuff. When you think of Kobe Bryant lost in the finals. Kobe Bryant lost in the playoffs. You know, there were times that it did not work out, and there were times where Kobe didn't play well in those things. But when you ask somebody about Kobe Bryant, and this is even, you know, before his death, which obviously kind of changed the conversation around Kobe a little bit, but it was all positive all the time. People just loved him. Like you go, oh my God, he's my guy.
One slight dip.
Yes, but that got kind of. We moved past
one
a lot
slight
of that.
dip, mostly positive,
But Kershaw's stuff is all positive except for some bad performances in big moments. And Kershaw's legacy is always like, yeah, man, wow, I love that guy. But, man, there's just that little bit of your foot on the brake with him that doesn't typically get associated with the very best guys to play in your organization. And yet with him, it feels like it's just very slightly in there.
When's the last time you depended on him?
It's been a minute. 2020?
So 4 seasons.
Well, that's the last time that he really came through in a really meaningful way in the postseason. The pandemic season, they won the World Series. He and Buehler were their two best guys. Clayton Kershaw was really good through that playoff run.
In a short season.
In a short season. Okay. How do I'm trying to help you characterize because I don't know. I mean, how many pitchers do you know? How would you characterize his last 4 seasons with the Dodgers?
He's been hurt the entire time, basically. When he pitches pretty well.
Because we just made fun of the Angels.
Yeah. He's been hurt a lot. But the difference, when he's there, he's pitched well. But we had that
except the postseason.
Terrible clunker against Arizona. He had against San Diego. There's been so many moments
like
with
the
him.
gif of him in the dugout and his head in his hands is the indelible image to me about Clayton Kershaw.
It's part of his history, which is weird for a guy that's been on one team, had success.
Yeah, is what he did enough to get a pass for the last 5 seasons? Because I've never seen it.
But I don't think it's about the 5 seasons. Even if you just took those and let's just say they didn't happen. I still think the takeaway is roughly the same. He's awesome. We love him. He's our guy.
Stuff.
I'm talking about that because he's going to, I think this is his 18th season.
Yeah.
And he's not going to pitch a ton this year. He's just not. I don't think any of our guys are going to pitch a ton this year, quite frankly. I think they're going to stagger him through. But fast forward 10 years from now, when he's done, right? It's going to be he was awesome. But wow, what a weird playoff history. Like it's in the first paragraph of his history. And that's really strange to me because I don't want it to be.
The only way I can say it is, where does he stand? Where do you put him in the pantheon of great Dodgers? He stands alone.
If he's not the first one, he's not third.
He stands. Anybody else fit that criteria?
Koufax.
Good, great, not good postseason.
No, that criteria. Yeah. No. Because, like, for instance, we'll talk about our pal Oral Hershiser. Clayton Kershaw has had a better career than Oral Hershiser. Okay,
in the regular season,
he was an MVP. He won the Cy Young 3 times. Oral won it once, but Oral had that run through the playoffs, and it's just this unbelievable. When you think of Oral, you think, oh my God, 88 World Series, 88 season.
I don't know. I've never. To me, it's like the way you guys talk about baseball, and I love when you guys get into it. When you, Clinton, all the baseball purists, and you talk about the game, you really respect it, but. I don't know what you guys make of Clayton Kershaw. I've never seen this before.
I don't know what I make of Clayton Kershaw.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you be – okay, here it is. I think I'm getting closer. Can you be the greatest pitcher in the history of one of the most prestigious organizations?
Yes.
Have won an MVP, multiple Cy Youngs, been an exemplary citizen, never worn a different uniform, been a multiple-time world champion, and still have people go, because that's what we're talking about.
Obviously, yes, you can.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, obviously, yes, you can.
It's weird.
That speaks to the weirdness of baseball,
I guess. I love him. He is one of my all-time favorite Dodgers, but he just had so many moments and some of them were not his fault. Some of them were. Some of them they were asking him to do something that, like the one where he got bombed out where he didn't even get out of the first inning or whatever, that 6 runs in the first inning, whatever that was. He was pitching with an arm that was about to fall off. That wasn't him choking or anything. He was hurt. Like it would be like asking, Matthew Stafford to go out there and win the Super Bowl with 2 broken legs. What do you want him to do?
Are you fighting yourself? Like, how do you really want to feel about him?
I want that.
Do you want to be mad because he stinks?
No. I want that to not be here. I want that to go away.
You'll never be able to erase that. This is it. Never. You're going to have to deal with this.
Let's try one. Is it Jomi?
I'd say Jami is what he said.
Jami in Los Angeles. What's up, Jami?
Hey, sorry, it's Johnny. Sorry if you can't hear me.
Johnny, what's up?
Jonathan. John boy.
Yeah, no worries.
What's up?
No worries. Appreciate you taking the call. Just wanted to share my thoughts on this, right? First of all, I'm one of the bigger Kershaw apologists, I think, out there. I think there's a ton of context, right, that goes into some of his playoff performances. The offense never showing up.
Yep.
He was always going deep, in the games and always had to pitch a ton of innings in the regular season, tiring out towards the end of the year. But from a fan standpoint, right, I think, for me at least, there was never an emotional tie from Kershaw to, wanting to play for the Dodgers or taking that pride to play for L.A. You look at, like, Kobe. Kobe, in my opinion, he loved being a Laker. He loved Los Angeles. You go back in Dodger history, the Lasordas, the Hershisers, there felt like there was emotional connection from them as a player to the team, to the city, where Kershaw is always felt like take it or leave it, right? The Dodgers were a great spot for him to continue to resign year over year. But until he won this year, and he said it, during the championship celebration, it almost feels like he's taking his time for granted. And so for me, that's taken away from my fandom and why I root so hard for Kershaw. I just don't have that emotional connection.
Yeah, it's interesting, legit. Johnny. Yeah. I respect what you said, but I strongly disagree. I get, Clayton Kershaw never once threatened to go somewhere else.
Okay.
Clayton Kershaw, there was never a real moment where you're like, I think he's going to leave.
Never
it was
threatening
more other
to
people
go.
saying maybe Dallas. But
there was always like, he's a free agent. Maybe he'll go here, maybe go there. But there was never where he was like, man, I don't know. These people don't appreciate me. They don't give me the respect that I deserve. They don't love me the right way. There was never that.
What about the connection part?
It's interesting. That's why I think it's interesting. But I think that Clayton Kershaw is loved by Dodger fans. I really do. I just think that it's love with a at the end of it, and it's all performance based. Like I don't think it's they don't like him personally, because what's not to like, right? He's never really stepped in doo doo. He's been you know what I mean? Honestly, like he's never done that thing where everybody goes, oh gosh, and he's never tried to leverage the Dodgers or made them look bad. It's just he's been about as exemplary of a athlete in this city as we've had in a long time.
The only negative is he stinks in the postseason.
And what Johnny said is right. A lot of it is, well, you asked him, to do something that was too much.
Wore himself out.
But then you go, well, okay, Orel Hershiser did it. Fernando Valenzuela did it.
Got to hold him to the same standard.
Look, for instance, just to go more recent, even last year when he had a really rotten season for the most part, when Walker Buehler we're like, this guy's going to show up.
Yeah, man. Became a bull.
This guy's and then you go back to 2020, it's like Walker Buehler going to show. There's no question. This dude's going to show up. And with Kershaw, it's always, I hope he shows up. It's just such a different energy.
I think it's somewhere in between you and the caller, you and Johnny. Somewhere in there. It's a weird legacy to have.
I don't think Johnny's alone in how he felt. I think that he's close. I just don't have that. But I think there's something to it. Go out there and win another World Series, and maybe we'll forget.
Doesn't he have to pitch in the World Series?
Nope.
Okay. Win a game in the postseason?
Pitch well.
There you go.
Just pitch well.
Yeah.
Be a part of it, for sure. PGA Tour is heading back to Torrey Pines for the 2025 Genesis Invitational. Give us a call. How about right now? 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-3776. And if you're caller number 7, you're going to win a 4-pack of general admission tickets to the Genesis Invitational. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa, and a whole bunch more at a big-time signature event. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com. Give us a call right now. Caller number 7 wins. Hot and cold coming up next.
When it comes to the NBA, Lakers and Luka, Sedano is all over.
Luka, lots of anticipation and fanfare for your debut here with the Lakers. How did it feel to play in a Laker uniform?
Special, man. The way they received me, everybody, teammates, front.
Sellers Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them. End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Sellers Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I'm in a slump. My energy took a nosedive out of nowhere, and I just don't have the motivation to get things done.
You're over 40. Could be lower testosterone. Have you tried Nugenix Total T?
Nugenix, the testosterone booster on TV?
That's right. Look, I felt the same plunge in my energy after I turned 40, so I tried out Nugenix to see if it would help me.
Did Nugenix make a difference for you?
Night and day. My stamina is way up now. I'm building lean muscle at the gym. I'm totally back on my game. And you could be too. Just send a text to Nugenix. They'll send you a complimentary bottle so you can try it for yourself.
Text CUT to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CUT to 321-321. That's CUT to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Buenos dias.
Before I get into my hot and
Como
cold,
esta?
I wanted to update you on something we talked about earlier in the show, that Luka Doncic was questionable. Now he is probable.
Oh,
for
good.
tonight's
He's going to
game.
go.
So
Excellent.
it's going to be probably that he's going to.
Do me a favor.
Yes?
Say his last name.
Doncic.
Doncic.
Again.
Doncic.
Doncic. Did I say it wrong last
No,
time?
no.
Okay.
I'm just. It's like there's 3 different.
What are the others?
Doncic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Doncic.
Doncic.
Yeah.
Doncic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know what all the
Where to put the emphasis?
The emphasis in there. I know it's not an umlaut, but all those other marks above the letters, I don't know the sound.
accents.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Yeah. And also, DeMarco, what's the medal you're wearing? Is that your finalist
Oh, yeah,
medal?
this is the finals medal. I can't turn it around because it says the city, but this is the finals medal from when we lost.
Oh.
Let's go.
Yeah, I told you I'd bring it in.
Oh, nice.
I'm proud of
Is it okay if we reveal the team name, or no? You don't want to reveal the team name?
No, we can.
Okay.
The Court Queens.
Oh, I like
Let's
that.
go Court Queens.
The Breakers beat us.
The Breakers
broke us. Yeah.
Well, they were setting picks and running plays.
They were.
Yeah.
I mean, their name is there for something. So, what's hot is bias, and I'm bringing this up because Chris Collinsworth was on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams, and he talked about bias in calling games if you're color or play-by-play. He says, honestly, I don't care if anyone thinks I like Patrick Mahomes, because I do. I do like the guy. He's one of the most phenomenal players we've seen in a league for a long, long time. Do you care if Chris Collinsworth likes Patrick Mahomes or not? Do you think that bias matters in the people who call the games?
Do I care if he likes Mahomes? Do I care if the announcer likes the guy?
Do you care if a guy has a bias?
No.
Yeah, neither
Not
do I.
really, I guess. No, it doesn't affect the game.
There you go.
No.
I couldn't agree with you more. We all have them,
Yeah.
negative and positive. I don't like that guy. I love that guy, right? We all have them, but I think that if you're everybody knows how I feel about the Dodgers, right?
Yeah.
Like I love the Dodgers, but I'd like to think that while I want them to win and I'm hoping that they win, that when they do something bad and dumb, I can still see it and say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the job. That's the job, is to be able to see it. And just because Chris Collinsworth likes Patrick Mahomes, if he were calling the Super Bowl on Sunday and Mahomes laid an egg like that, I believe he would have said Patrick Mahomes is playing bad.
Why did this come up again? I
He
missed
said
that part.
Yeah. He said it on Kay Adams' show. She asked him the question about bias and calling games, because people believe that. Again, people believe that you have a bias against a team that it's your team because they think that the other guy calling the game doesn't like you.
Even guys you love mess up and you have to call them out. You screwed up, bro.
And also, in calling a game, you might, if you're a defensive guy, you may be more biased to giving more credit to a defense that does well as opposed to an offense.
Used to drive me nuts, Ron Jaworski. Every play that happened was always a good offensive play.
Yeah.
Never a defensive error.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great play by the offense. You mean the defensive tackle that fell? That's a great play.
We only had 10 guys on the field.
That's a great
Or that
play
was
by
an
the
offensive mistake instead of a defense making a
Thank
great play.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
But that's
It's
one of
both
those
sides,
biases that if you are a Jaworski and you're a quarterback, or like, for instance, when I watch a baseball game, I watch it through the lens of the pitcher.
Yes.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like, this guy threw a great pitch and got this guy out, or he threw a meatball and got clobbered. I'm not thinking, this guy made a great play to get to that ball in the. I always look at it pitching first.
Or he threw a meatball and got lucky.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, what's cold is Pete Davidson without tattoos. Okay, so over the course of the past couple of years, Pete has gone on a talk show and talked about this, that he's been slowly removing his tattoos.
Really?
If you know, he's famously known for being covered with tattoos. He has hundreds of tattoos, usually gets them for whatever girl he's dating, and then, will change it after they break up eventually. But, Pete has been progressively getting rid of them, and he did a photo shoot with Reformation where he's completely tattoo-free.
He's all gone.
From this photo shoot and from his appearance, I think it was on Fallon, he had only a couple left. He has gotten rid of all his tattoos, clean slate.
Yeah.
And it looks weird. I'm not going to lie.
We get used to
it looks different.
People in being, like one of my good buddies, Brian Beckner, he's got a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
Like if he just showed up one day without tattoos, I'd be like, whoa.
Be weird.
Yeah, I'm just used to seeing him with a lot of tattoos. So yeah, that would be.
It's a painful
bizarre.
process.
He said it was really painful. You got to do it a few times, right?
Well, every tattoo you have, so even if it's a small tattoo, like if I had a tattoo on my wrist right here and I want to get it removed, you can't get done in one session. It has to be one session, you come back like a month later, get another session, and come back another month later. So it's not immediate, and it's more painful than getting the tattoo because they basically burn your skin off.
Yes.
And so you can grow new skin over top of it.
That would make me think about ever getting a tattoo
Yeah,
again.
just make sure you're getting the tattoo that you really like.
Yeah, I think, what was it, the Kardashian one he's trying to get rid
So
of?
he's had several that are for his girlfriends in the past. He had Ariana Grande, like the bunny ears tattoo in the back of his ear that he changed into a heart. Eventually, he's had the Kim Kardashian ones.
This pain is your therapy, I guess.
But it's also a part of his image was his tattoos, and it kind of gave that kind of like a rough vibe to Pete.
I just saw he was laying down. Is that the picture?
That's the picture.
Oh, I'm like,
for
it's Pete Davidson. What I did notice, I'm like, he's a little more yoked than I thought he would be.
Fit.
Is he fit?
He's fit.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, he doesn't have tattoos. That's what it is.
Can you see the vision now of why girls are so obsessed with Pete from that photo?
It makes more sense.
Yes,
It
exactly.
makes more sense now.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the vision's there. He's not bad looking right now. It's just different.
And he's no, never mind.
What? He's not funny?
He got BDE.
I was going to make a Justin Timberlake joke, and I just decided not to.
BDE was made a common phrase after Pete Davidson.
BDE.
We'll talk later.
Wait, what's the first one?
Big energy.
Oh, my bad. Never mind.
Yep.
Okay, you should have seen what she just gave with Laura, the
well,
sign
the
language.
YouTube, I'm sure, saw
the
it.
sign language she gave me. Got it. Sorry.
Is she done?
She's...
Laura, are you done?
She's just miming an elephant.
Oh, an elephant. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Okay. My bad. Thank you, Laura.
You guys done to our show.
My man, I'm sorry.
What have we done?
BDE.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Wow.
Hot and Holds brought to you by NextGen, the official AC heating and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3NEXTGen. That's 833-3NEXGEN or visit nextgenairamdplumbing.com.
Can that be a sack dance, or is that
BDE? Can BDE be a sack dance?
No, what Laura just did.
Yes.
Could that be a sack dance or a three-point shot?
Why
I'm
not?
sure it is.
Yeah.
The Dumps coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The city of champions just got even brighter.
From Slovenia, Luka Doncic.
Luka's rocking the purple and gold, teaming up with LeBron, the king himself.
Here comes LeBron back the other way. LeBron down the middle. Another three. Good again.
And don't forget about Austin Reeves, ready to shine.
Stolen by Austin Reeves. Reeves to the rim. Slam dunk for a new career high.
Catch all the action, all the passion, all the drama, all the big shots.
Doncic dribbling one-on-one against Walker Kessler. Three-pointer over Kessler. It's good. Luka's first three is a Laker, and the place goes nuts.
Follow the Lake Show all season long as they look to make history. Luka, LeBron, and the Lake Show live here.
But how dangerous can this team be?
Very dangerous.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Hey, it's Mace. As LA deals with tragedy, our friend Jacob Imrani has a special message for you.
Wildfires can leave lasting scars on our families, our homes, our communities, and our peace of mind. Navigating the recovery process is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Jacob Imrani, and my team and I are here to help ensure you're treated fairly and get the resources you need. Call us for a free consultation and let us help you rebuild with confidence.
Call Jacob Empower.
Nick bought a new guitar, a 62 American Classic Electric. Does he know how to play? No. But Nick's Empower investment account has performed well. He got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risks. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a really good guitar solo.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Do we do the Anthony Rendon thing again?
No. Parker just told me something, though. I may put my money where my mouth is. He's going over to visit the Sparks. Kelsey Plum is being introduced today.
Oh.
Yeah, I may go with him.
Yeah,
She's a husky, yes.
Oh, that's right.
So I can start barking. Woof, woof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but indicate before you start barking that you are a husky.
As a fellow husky,
she'll know.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
She'll know.
Is there a specific bark?
Well, yeah, it's kind of like a wolf. You have to woof. W.
Okay.
Say go Huskies and then start wolfing.
She'll know.
I'm saying for the viral clip. For the viral clip.
Can I help you?
No one in their right mind would call her a dog.
No.
That's not what it is. They could think that you are doing something inappropriate.
Like cat calling?
Yes.
Woof, woof, woof.
Because here, this is not a conceptual thing.
Yeah.
Greg Doyle, who was a longtime columnist for a paper in Indiana, did the heart at Caitlin Clark.
And took a beating for it.
And it went way off the rails.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're workshopping this.
Yeah.
When they introduced her at
Just say go Huskies.
and retired her jersey, guess what she heard? Woof, woof, woof,
That was
woof.
at...
I'm not saying you have anything other than the best intentions. I'm saying you should preamble that.
Now you kind of hope I do it to create the firestorm.
I hope you don't.
I like working with you, buddy. I'd like to see you here. I do not want you to have to do the, hey, man, I had no idea. I'm really sorry speech.
Hey, Parker, forget it. Never mind.
No, go over there. Just preamble this thing.
There is an internet thing of, like, with very beautiful women, people will do
You're
that.
barking at women now? Woof, woof, woof.
In a complimentary sense.
She's a husky.
This is one of those things that's much better left not done than done.
If you don't know, don't go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Honest Abe. Abraham Lincoln would be celebrating a birthday today.
Today's birthday. Did we ever?
We used to get that day off of school.
We used to get that day off of school.
And get Washington's birthday off of school.
That's right.
It's the whole President's Day, but
and now we just threw them all in one. We only get one day off of school.
Wow.
By the way, great play on Broadway right now called Oh Mary.
Like Mary Todd?
Yeah. It's not a historical rendition, a stretched truth, not truth at all rendition of Abraham Lincoln's story. Fantastic show on Broadway. I saw it when I was in New York.
Nice.
I haven't been to a Broadway show since the 8th grade. Was the last time I went.
It's going to be very uncomfortable for you. Those seats are very small.
Oh, okay.
They are quite small.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw Cats.
Yeah, you're going to stand up most of the time.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, Mary is better than Cats.
Yeah. Well, it was
Mace has seen Oh Mary.
1983, so Cats was still kind of hot.
Well, yeah. It's just not my favorite musical. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Angela Weber is great. It's just not my favorite.
That's fun. Why did the movie suck?
Because Cats is a fever dream of absolutely it's like a NyQuil fever dream.
Like the movie or the story?
The story.
The story is a fever dream.
Movie about this will also be a NyQuil fever dream.
That's exactly what it was.
It's not well received.
No.
Because the CGI was weird. I know Taylor Swift was in it. James Corden was in it. It looked terrible.
Like
Uncanny Valley
of a movie. Yeah.
Christina Ricci is celebrating her 45th birthday.
Where's she been?
She was Wednesday, right?
She was Wednesday, not the current Wednesday, but she is in the show. She's also in the show Yellow Jackets that I talked about earlier.
Wow.
Fantastic show about a group of soccer players, girls, go on a trip. Their plane goes down. They get trapped in the woods, and only a couple come out. What happened in the woods is the basics of it all.
Was she in American Beauty?
No.
That was not her?
No, that was not her.
The daughter in the window?
That was, what's her name? Tamblyn, something Tamblyn.
Oh, okay, never
Amber
mind.
Tamblyn?
Amber Tamblyn,
okay.
yeah. She was in a short-lived TV show that I absolutely
Pan Am?
loved. Pan Am.
I love Pan Am.
So did I. And Margot Robbie was in Pan Am.
Mm-hmm.
Christina Ricci was in Pan Am.
About the
airline.
But they were spies.
They were. It was set in the 60s, right?
Yes.
It was,
all the flight attendants that you're following are all spies.
It was super cheesy and goofy, but it was fun. It was fun.
Okay.
I
And
liked it too.
it was a younger version of Margot Robbie, her first foray into the U.S.
Pan Am.
Pan Am. Yeah.
I don't know where you can stream it.
I bet you there aren't 10 episodes of that show.
Surprise! I actually looked it up the other day. 5 seasons.
Five seasons.
Up.
Wow.
5 seasons.
No, I would have gotten that. I thought
Because
that
I was like watching Mad Men and I looked it up. I was like, oh, Pan Am.
canceled. I would have thought that show was canceled in the middle of season 1.
I mean, that's how it always felt like it. Like, let me just triple check this. Actually, just kidding. I was wrong. You're right. I thought I was looking up something else.
Okay.
14 episodes.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
I thought, anyway.
You would
good season.
enjoy it. Just DeMarco telling you. Happy birthday to, I'm assuming this is the late Bill Russell, the basketball player Bill Russell,
Correct.
not the former Dodger shortstop Bill Russell.
You're correct.
Okay. Yeah, Bill Russell,
Yeah.
11 rings.
Did you ever meet him?
No, I never had the pleasure.
You never met Bill? Oh, I mean, it's interesting. Like, if you say hello, he's going to say hello back and expect conversation. Like a real connection to that person. Or he's not going to give you his time. Period.
Yeah, I knew he could be a tough customer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But just it's not going to be frivolous. If you're just saying hello, Bill Russell,
You
I
want
love
to say
you,
I met Bill Russell, if you're going to do that.
he's going to turn to stone. But if you actually have something to ask him that's interesting, be prepared to sit for 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get a chance?
Coming on the set, he was sitting there. It was him and Deacon Jones just kind of cutting up. So I
Okay.
just sat there for a while and listened. And then I finally got to ask a question.
Deacon's an all-timer. Was an all-timer.
Yeah. Deacon was holding court. Bill was laughing.
That's what Deacon did.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Okay, I'm stuck on Pan Am. I'm sorry. It's on AMC Plus. It's also on Sundance Now and Tubi, the one and only season. Because here's where I was confused. When I go to Hulu on IMDb, it says seasons 1 through 4. I'm like, what the heck? There's 4 seasons, and then I go look on Hulu. It's not even there. So anyway, AMC Plus,
Nice.
Sundance Now, Tubi.
Is this like Catch Me If You Can type?
Kind of.
The Abagnale type?
Gives you the vibe.
Okay.
You're not far off.
Okay.
You're
I
not
liked
far
it.
off.
Yeah.
It's about 4 beautiful women that travel the world and have adventures.
And one hot guy.
And one, yeah. And
one guy, and
yes.
they're spies.
I thought only the redhead was a spy.
I thought they were all spies.
I think it was just the redhead was the spy.
Okay.
Yeah. But
And it's Christina Ricci, Margot Robbie, Michael Mosley. Yeah.
It sounds like a Tarantino fake movie within a movie.
Mike Vogel.
it was a TV. It was like it was a classic network TV show.
Okay.
Like formulaic and obvious,
What
but
year?
pretty well done. I'm going to guess.
Okay.
This says
2000.
2011.
Okay, well, you
yeah.
gave it
Oh,
away.
I would
sorry.
have guessed.
Oh,
I would
my
have
bad.
guessed nearly 10 years before that.
Because, I was that was like right when I was like watching basically everything on network TV, and I was in my Mad Men era.
Oh,
and so I was
okay.
like, oh, this is a similar-ish era.
Yeah. No,
Anyway.
I would.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. You and Laura got the same sign language.
Judy Blume turns 87. Judy Blume's still with us.
She is.
Okay.
She was
The
in
author?
the
Yeah.
movie of Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, that came out last year. She's
Okay.
kind of has a one-off scene, a cameo. She like waves to Rachel McAdams, and
Okay.
I love that book and that
Judy
movie.
Blume.
Did you have a favorite Judy Blume book as a
I'm
kid?
looking right now. What was
Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. Awesome book. Like when you're in the 4th or 5th
Tales
grade.
of a Fourth Grade Nothing,
Yeah.
1972.
Yeah. Incredible book.
Everyone had this book.
Everybody had that book.
You
And
got
it
it
was-
for your
and-
birthday,
And
whatever.
it was funny.
Yes.
I would suggest to you, DeMarco, since you have a young daughter,
Yeah.
at some point, watch Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret together. Because
who?
Are you the title of the
Are
the
You
movie,
There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Why
do I
it's
recognize
a very
this book?
famous book.
You might have read it.
Yeah.
But that was one of those
to
books.
my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I was
have
just
read
watching it with your youngest daughter because the movie is great, performances are great, and it makes you cry just for the sentimentality.
cry.
But it's the sentimentality. You share it with your daughter. I think it's lovely. I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought of my mom right away because
really?
Because,
Okay.
Margaret is the same age my mom would have been. And so just putting myself in the shoes of my mom and watching that movie, it's great.
I just saw a movie with Brian Dennehy.
Oh, yeah.
An older Brian Dennehy.
Okay.
It made me cry.
Yeah, he was
I don't
great.
want to cry anymore.
He was great. Here's one you'll like. Here's
Yeah.
an actor. Thanos turns 57 today.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin, a real Thanos.
Josh Brolin
And
turns 57.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Dune.
Oh, why did he go back?
Yeah.
His conscience got the better of him. He had the money. You didn't have to go back and give the guy water, but you did, and then they found you. See what I mean? Should have just left.
By the way, today's the anniversary of Vince Carter winning the dunk contest against Steve Francis and Tracy McGrady back when the dunk contest was awesome.
Is that the reverse? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen a guy more explosive in my life.
He was something else.
Dude, wow.
He was something else. He also played 900 years in the NBA, which is a pretty good deal. Super Crosstalk coming up next.
When he